All right. Yep, okay, good. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Judge Lal, and we're going to proceed with our first appearance calendar for today, April 5th, 2026. Excuse me, April 4th, 2026. And these are misdemeanor cases assigned to the State Court of Fulton County. Individuals who were recently arrested and booked at the Fulton County Jail. Those cases have been formally accused by the prosecutor, who is the Solicitor General of Fulton County. So today, when I address each of your cases, I will let you know what is your new accusation number, the charge or charges brought against you, to appoint counsel where required, to set a bond, and give you a court date if you are still detained at the facility. Please remember that when we are addressing your cases, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say in open court, your statements can and will be used against you. You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to represent you. Now, if you are an alleged victim, a family member, a witness, someone here in support of or against a particular defendant, please make sure your video is off and your audio is muted. Please make sure your video is off and your audio is muted. Otherwise, we will assist you with that. Also, make sure your correct name is on the screen. You can chime in with your video and your audio when we are addressing the defendant whom you wish to say something about. All right? So individuals who are here, who are not attorneys, and I'm going to call out your name now, Samantha, Jordan, and this person on iPhone 2, please make sure your video is off and that your audio is on mute. Okay. Ms. Grace, if you see anyone who's not complying with the rule, please go ahead and mute them and switch their video off. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Court, are we beginning with South Annex?
That's correct, Judge.
Thank you. South Annex, and who do we have there? Deputy at South Annex, could you please unmute?
Yes, ma'am. I apologize.
No problem. And who is the individual there, please?
Terry Glenn.
Glenn?
Yes, ma'am. Terry.
Terry Glenn. Okay, thank you. And let me just get to. Is this the case? Oh, here we go. Position number 5. Okay. And Mr. Terry Anthony Glenn was actually scheduled yesterday or was brought up yesterday, but today his case has been accused, and that is 26 CR 002167B, charged with violation of pedestrian rules in roadway and misdemeanor possession of marijuana less than 1 ounce. This is from an April 1st, 2026 incident. Mr. Glenn, you've been advised of your rights. And Mr. Howard, any priors?
Second, on probation out of Fulton for terrorist threat. It's 25 CR 004060B. I think he's wanted out of East Point. That's all.
All right. Ms. Githia?
Yes, Your Honor. Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
On April 1st, the officers were patrolling the area of 10th Street and Techwood. That area has been identified as a nuisance area due to individuals commonly known as water boys harassing motorists on the ramp leading to the expressway. And this has been an ongoing issue involving aggressive panhandling and civilians becoming victims of scams. There were 3 individuals, including the defendant, in that area. They were in the street and the intersection and walking towards the Publix food market, and they were stopping. It was slowing down traffic. The officers, when the defendant saw the officers, they attempted to split up, but they were quickly apprehended. And one of those defendants is Terry Glenn. And during a search of Mr. Glenn, approximately 3 grams of marijuana was recovered on his person. And as stated previously, he does have an active warrant out of East Point for disorderly conduct. The state is requesting a bond of $600 for the pedestrian and roadway and $600 for the possession of marijuana less than an ounce.
Okay. Miss McLeod, I think I saw her on Zoom. Do you already represent one of the, yeah, you represent Mr. Battle, so that's why.
That is correct, Your Honor,
Okay.
and that is why I wasn't able to represent this gentleman today.
Understood. Okay. I'm going to appoint Dennis Murphy to represent him. On the pedestrian and roadway, his bond is going to be $750. That's a surety bond. And the misdemeanor possession of marijuana is going to be a $250 signature bond through the jail. This is a split bond, and he's to stay away from the entire street known as Techwood, especially between, what was it, 10th Street and 14th Street?
10th Street and Techwood.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
Techwood, and then where 10th and 14th intersect.
Yes,
That entire
yes.
section. Okay. His next court date is going to be April 16th. Thank you. So it's $1,000 split bond. Next court date is April 16th. Unfortunately, he cannot be released because of his hold at the present time. And Mr. Glenn, your attorney will be Dennis Murphy. Please don't forget the name. Unless you retain private counsel, that is your appointed attorney. Thank you. Next
Position,
case, courtroom 2.
position 14, Mr. Milsap.
Thank you. Marquis Milsap is accused of loitering and/or prowling on April 3rd, 2026, accusation 26 CR 2206B. You've been advised of your rights. Any prize, Mr. Howard?
Or resident of Tennessee. On probation for domestic assault out of Tennessee as of February of this year. So a 2025 assault arrest. That's all.
Ms. Waldron? Oh, I'm sorry. Is it Mr. Valadares?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Yes, sir. What's the recommendation?
The recommendation is going to be a $5,000 surety bond. No further contact with the victim, Vardit Brown. Stay away from the incident location, 200 Memorial Drive. And no drugs, weapons, or alcohol. Would you like me to go a little bit into the facts here, Your Honor?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay.
Your Honor, if the
You
court
want him
will not-
to?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Valadares.
Sure, Your Honor. So this incident took place on April 3rd of 2026, in which officers responded to a call about 3 males, according to her, all armed with firearms, roaming the property and potentially breaking into vehicles. The victim suspected that they called and said that the suspects were in a black SUV. And when the officers arrived, they noticed multiple people running towards a black SUV across the street to a gas station. And the officers detained 1 female and 4 males at the scene. And while waiting for the victim to arrive on scene, the officers observed in plain view of the car ski masks, gloves, and flashlights. And then the victim eventually arrived on scene and identified the detainees as the 3 males she observed on the scene of the incident. The victim stated that she was on her patio of her Airbnb when she noticed that the 3 males were roaming suspiciously and noticed that they were already inside of her car. She called out to them and stated that at that moment, one of them in a ski mask started coming towards her with a firearm in hand. She retreated into her apartment and set off the fire alarm, which she believes caused them to leave the scene. And then in the car, the police found a stolen handgun out of Knoxville, its position being consistent with being possession of the passenger of the car, who was not this defendant. They also found blank key fobs with a programmer, a wireless adapter to connect with vehicles, flashlights, ski masks, multiple cell phones, and a temporary license plate from Tennessee. And Your Honor, the state has some concerns, particularly with the fact with their connections to Tennessee. The stolen firearm, even if it is not this defendant's, it was from Knoxville, and there was a temporary license plate out of Tennessee that was found in a backpack in the vehicle. And that just raises some red flags for a flight risk, which is why the state is recommending a $5,000 surety bond.
Okay. Ms. McCall?
Yes, Your Honor. My client is 18 years old, and he tells me that he recently graduated from high school. He is currently unemployed. He also tells me when I spoke to him that he does not know what really happened because at the time he was sleeping. He told me that he came with some people he knows from Tennessee for the 404 experience in Atlanta. He said when the police came, he was actually sleeping in the car, so he has no idea what happened. I will note that according to what the state just said, the alleged victim said she saw 3 black males. Ultimately, there were 4 black males identified. My client apparently was the one who was in the car fast asleep, which is what he tells me, that he was sleeping, so he doesn't know anything about what happened. My client is unemployed, Your Honor, and I really spoke with him at length. And he's in no position to make bond. If he's given any kind of surety bond, he will not be able to pay it based on the circumstances that he explained to me. So I'm asking the court to consider a signature bond for him. I think he will come back for court, Your Honor, based on the conversations I had with him. But he's definitely not in a position to pay for bond. And he tells me he was sleeping, so he really doesn't know what happened. And he thought he was coming for the 404 experience.
All right. And was he sleeping in the black SUV that's
He
the
was.
subject? Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
And was the black SUV at the QT gas station that's on Sydney Marcus Boulevard?
I imagine so, Your Honor, based on what he tells me. He says he was sleeping in the car and that he did come from Tennessee, but he doesn't know what happened.
All right. Bond is set at 5,000. It is a surety bond. He's to stay away from the Canterbury Road neighborhood, 925, at least 200 yards away, as well as stay away from the QT gas station at 761 Sydney Marcus Boulevard. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons, and he's not to have any contact with individuals with whom he accompanied to Georgia for the 404 experience. Next court date will be April 16th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Position 1, Mr. Bod.
Deario Bod is accused of theft by taking from September 22nd of last year, case 26 CR 2203K. Mr. Bod, you've been advised of your rights. Any priors?
49. I've been in custody since October. On probation out of the cab for shoplifting. I just got put on probation in Superior Court on the 1st of this month, 5-year probation. 2021 phase to appear, 2 of them. I got a 2020, 2019, 2017 shoplifting conviction. That's all.
Thank you. Ms. Waldrop, is this a Riverside matter? How did this warrant pop up?
Judge, so I will have to go and look and see exactly when it was that he was booked in. I know that the state was intending to transfer this case to the DA's office as a result of his extensive criminal history, specifically his history of thefts. I don't believe at this point that we've heard back. I have not seen anything come through on my email from the DA's office indicating that they would accept this as a felony transfer. And so I did go ahead and just accuse the case.
Okay.
And am prepared to argue bond this morning or this afternoon.
So he's been in custody since October 7th, 2025. He was in custody on June 25th, 2025. He was released on August 6th, 2025. Then we have this alleged incident from September 22nd. He was arrested again on October 7th, 2025. And I'm assuming, and October 7th, the theft by taking charge was already there. So, but y'all just accused it. Was this a drop down from Superior Court?
I don't believe it was a drop down, Judge, because we were looking to transfer it to Superior Court. So I'm trying to figure out now, I'm trying to access the jail website to see when he was actually booked on the charge.
October 7th.
Okay, because I'm showing on my calendar that he's only been in jail for 2 days and that it was 4/3.
Mr. Howard, has he been released since October 7th?
I'm not sure. I mean, his booking number on his calendar is 2518, so that's last year.
Your Honor, can I provide some context?
Yes, please.
Your Honor, he has been in custody continuously since October 7th of 2025. Last week, he did resolve his felony matter. He will be on probation where he'll be released straight to the Hope House program. They showed up yesterday intending to pick him up. And all of a sudden, my understanding is this case popped up as a new hold. At no point in the 180 days that he's been held there has this, been accused, or does it seem like the DA's office had any intention of roping that in their resolution?
Thank you, Mr. Dotis. Miss Waldrop, do you have a different version of events? But that's exactly what I see on the screen from the jailing
Yeah.
screen.
No, Judge. So what I have is just what I see on the calendar, which is 2 days. If there is a Riverside issue, then certainly the court, can set bond in accordance with that. But I would like to go ahead and just put a factual basis on the record.
I've read the warrant. This case
Okay.
has been strangling around since October. The bond is set at $1,000 signature bond through the jail. Mr. Bodie, although I've given you a signature bond through the jail for this alleged incident from September of 2025, this is an open, active misdemeanor case against you. So even if you go to program Hope House, you need to keep up with your court dates. Do you understand?
I put a served on the night.
And I did speak with Mr. Bodie. As a reminder, Mr. Bodie, I'm going to work with your felony attorney who handled whatever's going on with Hope House to make sure you get there as soon as possible to get treatment.
Yeah, he said
I understand, Mr. Bodie. You don't need to keep talking.
All right, thank you. Next case.
I got position 2, Mr. Choate.
Eddie Choate is accused of battery, family violence, criminal trespass causing damage to property, and criminal trespass. You've been advised to be right. Your accusation is 26 CR 2186J. Mr. Howard?
12. You got an open simple battery family violence. It's 25 CR 006-662J. 2013 ag assault, it was declined. And an 03 simple assault conviction. That's it.
Thank you. Miss Waldrop?
Yes, Judge. So that is my case. With regard to the simple assault conviction that was actually downgraded from an aggravated assault, the open case, the 25 CR 006-662, is with the same victim, Miss Coates, who I believe is on the Zoom this afternoon. Judge, with respect to bond, in this case, it's based on not only the open case, but the facts in which Mr. Coates is alleged to have, during a verbal dispute with Miss Coates, taken her phone, as well as struck her in the face, which caused a laceration in the right eye area. He then attempted to gain access to the residence, again, by breaking the glass window. That is the basis for the criminal trespass, as well as forcibly pushing through the door in front of the officers while being combative. So we certainly have concerns with respect to his behavior and the safety of Mrs. Coates. The state on count 1 would request a $3,000 good bond, on count 2 a $1,000 good bond, and on count 3 a $1,000 good bond, for a total of a $5,000 surety bond or good bond. We would ask that he have no further contact with Ms. Coates, no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond, stay away from 532 Cleveland Avenue. We're also asking that he take the, 2-day anger awareness and 3 sessions of Alcohol Anonymous, as it's our understanding that this incident stemmed from some substance use.
Tamika Choates, if you would like to chime in, this is the time to unmute and start your video. No? All right, Mr. Dotis?
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Choates is 60 years old. Your Honor, I do have good contact information for him. He's a lifelong resident of the Atlanta area. He is currently residing at the incident location, but when we spoke about that, he let me know that he does have friends and family in the area that he can stay with. Your Honor, I also did speak with Miss Tamika Choates, who is present on Zoom. I did speak with her earlier today. She is here to support Mr. Choates receiving treatment. So, and I also spoke with Eddie about that. And so I'm gonna loop in my social worker to see if there's some sort of program or if he's eligible for an accountability court to help with some underlying issues. Your Honor, my understanding is he has been picked up on that other case, which will continue holding him with a $4,000 surety bond. That's already going to be tough for the family to pay for. So I would ask for the lowest possible bond possible with any conditions the court deemed necessary. And as I did tell Eddie and his wife, I'm going to loop in a social worker to see what we can do on our end.
Thank you.
Oh, hello. Excuse me, 1 minute.
Miss Grace, could you prompt her to start her video, please?
Yes,
Oh, Mr. Jordan. Sorry, I think
okay.
maybe.
This Tamika Cho.
Sorry, we're just looking at your wall. Could you please
Oh,
flip
hold
your
on.
camera so we see you? All right.
Okay.
Raise your right hand.
I think this is my right hand, yeah.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
What would you like to tell us?
This is what I like to tell everybody, because they got it wrong, because they said that he hit me in my eye and all that carrying on. But he did not, because I ended up moving myself out the way, because my husband have a drug problem. He's not a bad man, but he just have a drug issue. And he just need help. I mean, period, because this is his apartment. This is not nobody else. It's
But
his
aren't you his
apartment.
wife?
Yes, I'm his wife.
So you get to stay there, right?
Oh, yes, because he's the one who working and I'm the one who disabled because I had COVID.
But
And
Miss Choates, if that is the marital home, then you have absolutely every right to live there, irrespective of whether he pays for it or whether he's on the lease.
yes, but and the thing is, I love my husband, but when I kept telling the people last time, I told them that he had a drug problem and he need help. He need help because he don't know how to tell people he need help. He won't
Did he
say he
go for
need help.
did he go for his alcohol and drug evaluation?
Yes, he did that. But the one thing that they said, he didn't go to the fingerprint thing, but they didn't never send it to his email.
So when he went through the evaluation, they normally recommend a treatment plan. Did he comply with the treatment plan?
The lady she sent it sent something to the email and I looked at it and he's supposed to start it, but
And did he start it?
He's supposed to start it with her.
And did he start
in
it?
that program.
Did
So
he
he
start the
didn't never
program?
go they didn't never send an appointment.
Okay, then that's something he needs to follow up with because that was ordered back on October 24th that
Yes.
he undergo an alcohol and drug evaluation and submit to any and all treatment that was required. So if he has not started on it, that's on him, not on you.
Yeah, and the thing is he did the anger management class online.
And he was also required to stay away from 532 Cleveland Avenue.
Yes, but when he told them this was his apartment,
Yep. Then he's supposed to get a lawyer to amend the bond order. Ms. Choates, he's in violation of his bond order.
But I just want somebody to get him some help. That's all I want.
Okay. Well, we can get him help if he takes the opportunity to apply himself. But at this juncture, with regards to the battery, family violence, count one, that's going to be a $1,500 surety bond. On the criminal trespass causing damage, that's going to be a $750 surety bond. And the criminal trespass is a $750 surety bond. This is a total of a $3,000 surety bond. Mr. Choates, because you got arrested again, your signature bond from your prior case is surrendered, and now it is a surety bond. So in order for you to bond out, your total bond is $5,000 surety. Now you have to keep in mind these conditions, and please remember them. And Mrs. Choates, you might want to remember these as well.
Okay.
You are to have no contact with Tamika Choates. You are to stay 200 yards away from her and not communicate with her in any way, form, or manner. You are to stay away from 532 Cleveland Avenue. Once you bond out, within 30 days, you must provide us with a new residential address because you're not allowed to live with her. You are to comply with any treatment plan that's already been prescribed for you, or you undergo a new alcohol and drug evaluation, and you must comply with the treatment plan immediately. You're also to enroll in an AA program, and you're to maintain the AA program at least once a week and for the minimum period of 12 months. You're not allowed to consume any illegal drugs, including marijuana. You're not allowed to consume any alcohol, and you're not allowed to own or possess any firearms. Courtroom 2, please unmute. And Mr. Jordan, both these cases will be further noticed to April 16th, the new case and the prior case. Mr. Choate, you've been advised of your right to remain silent. Anything you choose to say can and will be used against you in the treatment of your case. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, then we'll see you in 2 weeks. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Choate. You're free to go. Next case.
Position 18, Mr. Smith.
8. I'm sorry, could you give me that name again? Garrett Jackson?
Number 18, Smith.
18, excuse me.
And Your Honor, I haven't had a chance to interview Mr. Smith yet, so I need to be in a breakout room with him.
You'll need to call the jail, or the jail will need to call you. So Deputy, Miss Goodman, could you put your number at which you can be reached directly to courtroom 2 so they can...
They have my number already. And I already told this.
Your Honor, apologies for chiming in. It looks like Attorney Rockwell in the chat says she's representing Mr. Smith.
It looks like she said that he was on the felony calendar this morning. I just saw the email, so it's going to take me a second to pull it up to see.
Not a problem. Miss Renee Rockwell, could you please, it says that you represent, do you represent John Henry Smith?
I do, Judge.
Okay. Are you prepared to move forward?
Is he ready, Judge?
He's in the seat at courtroom 2.
I'm ready, Judge.
Okay. Miss Githia, you ready?
Yes, Your Honor. I didn't know if he was in the felony court this morning.
We'll find out. John Henry Smith.
He was in felony court this morning.
All right. Well, with regards to John Henry Smith, his accusation number is 26 CR 2189A. He has been accused of the following 4 charges stemming from a traffic incident on February 19th, 2026, fleeing or attempting to elude a police officer, willful obstruction of an officer, 2 counts, and a window tint violation. Any priors, Mr. Howard? 13.
You got open possession of a firearm by first offender probationer and obstruction. It's 25 PI 005161. Open possession of a firearm by convicted felon, 25 SC 004068. Calculate this. On probation. Fulton County, possession of marijuana with intent. Possession of a controlled substance, 1 or 2. And possession of a controlled substance, 3 or 5. It's 19 SC 168713.
And that's an active probation?
Correct. He has a probation hold too. It was on Odyssey.
All right.
2020 failed to appear. And a 2019 possession of tools, entering auto first offender.
Thank you. Ms. Githia, what's your recommendation?
The state is asking for a $5,000 surety bond, Your Honor. Mr. Smith was in a black Escalade located in the at Dunkin' Donuts in Jonesboro when the officers, and he had recently fled from the Henry County PD. One of the troopers was behind him and waiting for backup. And when that backup approached, they tried to block Mr. Smith. He then intentionally backed up into one of the troopers' vehicles, then got out of the car and fled on foot. Even when the officers, the troopers did apprehend him, he attempted to flee again from them. So they had to, he resisted arrest. So they had to then try again to get him under control. And again, based on he does have a 2016 entering the automobile intent with the intent to commit a theft or a felony from 2016, and also this June 2025 charge of receipt or possession or transport of a firearm by a convicted felon. The state is requesting a $5,000 surety, no driving, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons, and 2-day anger awareness.
Miss Rockwell?
Yes, Judge. For the record, he is 27 years of age, born in Atlanta. Did go to Washington High, graduated in 2017, and then went to Atlanta Area Tech where he studied engineering. He's also gainfully employed at works for a general warehousing company in Stonecrest Mall, and it's called Simply Branding Solutions. He is not married, does have two 2-year-olds. I think that is a correct rendition of his past history. I did want the court to know there was some talk of him not being the right individual that they meant to arrest that day. I haven't verified any of this, but they did break his jaw, Judge, in 3 separate places. I certainly hope they weren't, it was a misdemeanor fleeing, but I hope they weren't chasing him like that for a tent violation. Anyway, not sure anything about that, but I would ask that it not, and when his jaw got broken, they just left him at the hospital without any kind of like, handcuff on his leg or anything like that, or a deputy on him, I guess supposedly because it was a misdemeanor. And so I would ask that the bond be reduced to 2,500, but not take his driving privileges away, because he does have 2 children and he does have a job. At some point, we'll resolve his his probation violation. So I would just, my biggest beg is for them not to take his driving privilege away. Thank you, Judge.
Okay, thank you. On the fleeing and attempting to elude, that's going to be a $5,000 surety. The willful obstruction, that's going to be a $1,000 surety. Second count of obstruction is $1,000 surety. And that's a $7,000 surety. And the window tint is going to be a 500 signature bond through the jail. This is a total of a $7,500 split bond. No driving unless he has a valid driver's license. So as a result of this incident, as a result of his probation hold, as a result of the current charges he's got, I'm not sure what DDS is going to do with his license. So that's a matter he'll have to take up with the Department of Driver Services. But in the meantime, I'm going to require him also, does he work at night?
I don't know if he works at night. I could ask him what his hours are.
What are your hours, Mr. Smith?
Yeah.
What are your hours?
My hours are 8 from 6 during the week, and then 6 to 2 at night during the weekend.
6
And
to what?
Judge,
6 to 2 at night on the weekend. 2 in the morning, I'm sorry.
Okay.
and Judge, he does have as part of his felony bond an ankle monitor.
Okay, then he's
So,
already got that. Great.
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
then that satisfies this bond. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and definitely no firearms. His next court date will be April 16th.
Okay, excuse me, Judge, can you go over the bond amounts again for me, please?
Sure. Count 1 is 5,000. Count 2 is 1,000. Count 3 is 1,000. That's a $7,000 surety bond. Count 4 is a 500 signature bond through the jail.
And the conditions was?
No
alcohol,
illegal
no-
drugs, no alcohol, no firearms, and no driving unless he has a valid driver's license issued by Department of Driver Services or DDS. Next case. Thank you, Ms. Rockwell.
Thank
Oh,
you,
you have
Judge.
one
May I be
more.
excused?
Oh, yeah.
On this matter, I do have one more though,
Okay.
Gavin. I did send the court and the 2 prosecutors a witness statement on, I know that doesn't matter, but a witness statement on Mr. Maples.
Okay, thank you. Courtroom 2, who do we have, please?
Position 22, Mr. Taylor.
This is Christopher Traylor, accused of 2 counts of battery and 1 count of simple battery from March 27th of this year Accusation 26 CR 2191G. Mr. Trailer, priors, if any, Mr. Howard?
40. We got an open case out of Tennessee. Resisting stop, felony drug paraphernalia, criminal impersonation. Fulton County, I got an open ag assault 25 SC 004789. I see some 2021 cases, simple assault and simple battery. 21 CR 001-897G. 21 CR 002-066G. 21 CR 001-897G. 2025 fade to appear. 2025 battery conviction. And a 08 simple battery conviction. That's all.
Ms. Gutierrez?
Yes, Your Honor. The state is requesting no bond in this case. Mr. Trailer was arrested in 2024 for an ag assault, and on March 3rd of this year, he was sentenced to 6 months, but it was commuted as time served. And then just a few days later, 20 some days later, he then committed another violent offense act when he grabbed the victim by her hair and slung her to the ground, which caused her to scrape her knee. And also he punched her in the face, which caused some bruising and swelling to her eye. Again, you know, this is a 2024, it was an ag assault. He was just, their sentence was just commuted just not even a month ago. And another violent offense was caused by him. So the state is requesting no bond.
All right. I'm sorry, I don't recall the alleged victim's name. Is she present? Do you see her on the Zoom?
Her name is Laurel Johnson.
Okay. Laurel Johnson, if you're on Zoom and you want to address the court, this is the time to unmute and start your video. All right. Yes, Mr. Trailer, I'll give you an opportunity to speak. Just remember about your right to remain silent. Ms. Goodman.
Yes, Your Honor. Just to give you some information about my client, Mr. Trailer. He is age 41. He was born and raised here in Atlanta, Georgia, so he does have good ties to the community here. His entire family resides here. He's been living at an address here in Atlanta, Georgia with his mother for the past 30 plus years. He also has 6 kids ranging from the ages 11 to 20. It sounds like his youngest one just turned 11 maybe a couple of days ago. He did complete up to the 11th grade, and currently he owns he owns a bunch of businesses. He owns some ice cream trucks. He also owns a rideshare golf cars, which is called ASAP Ride. It's very intriguing. What he does is he uses golf courses and get people from their parking lots to event places. But it's kind of like a rideshare, but for not long distance, but more so like a short commute for people. I understand his criminal history may be long, and I know the solicitor is asking for no bond in this case. However, Your Honor, I'm not sure who the victim was in the aggravated assault. I'm not sure if this is the same victim, but I will be asking for a bond here. We'll be asking that at least a bond is set the lowest possible for Mr. Trailer so he can be released. He currently is in a wheelchair. I don't know if you could see him right now, but he was supposed to be waiving his appearance, but we couldn't get in communication. I guess it was the emergency in the jail. But he is supposed to be going back to medical. He has an injury, and so jail is definitely not the place for him to be, especially with an injury. He does need some medical care. And so again, Your Honor, we'll just be asking for the lowest possible bond.
Okay, thank you. Courtroom 2, please unmute. Mr. Christopher Taylor, you've been advised of your right to remain silent. If you choose to say anything about the facts or circumstances of your case, your statements can and will be used against you. Do you want to waive your right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
All right, Ms. Goodman, I've so advised him. Go ahead, Mr. Trailer.
How you doing, man? I released out of jail. I released from jail. Miss Lorel found out I was released from jail. She was out of town. I want to put a restraining order out on her. Right now I'm in the process. It's in the process. They told me to come back that Friday to do the judge, to get in front of the judge to finish up the restraining order. I let them know that I had a restraining order out on her. I knew because I knew how she was coming at me. She came at me. She came at me, ma'am, and I ended up being shot. I ended up getting shot and everything. I'm the one who called the police, ma'am. I'm the one who called the police. I wake up and I'm shot. I wake up and I'm locked up.
Right. That's very different from what the warrant says for.
Exactly. That's
Anything
what
else to add, Ms. Goodman?
Your Honor, like I said, we got disconnected because we would start in court, and so I couldn't hear him anymore. And he was supposed to be waiting his parents, but I was told that I'll have the opportunity to talk to him afterwards. But he was telling me about a protective order, that he does want a protective order against this alleged victim. Again, these are allegations, so he's not being found guilty of anything right now. And so again, it definitely does sound like it may have be self-defense here, and that's something that we'll definitely be using as part of our defense moving forward. But until now, I do believe that Mr. Traylor should receive a bond concerning the fact, like I said, he's in a wheelchair, he's injured, he needs to get medical attention. Jail is not the right place for that medical attention.
Okay, thank you. On the count 1 of battery, that's going to be 3,500. Count 2 is going to be 1,500, and count 3 is going to be 1,000. This is a $6,000 surety bond. He is to have no contact with Laurel Johnson, and he's to stay 200 yards away from 25 Farley Street in Northwest Atlanta. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. His next court date is going to be April 16. Thank you. Next case, please.
Position 7, Mr. Howland.
This is state versus, did you say 7?
7, Judge.
Okay. Paris, Tariq, Omari, Roland. Is that correct?
Howland.
Is it Howland? Yes, you're correct. It's Howland. And the charge is simple battery family violence, accusation 26 CR 2200G. Mr. Howard, any priors?
Nah, that's his first.
Okay. Miss Waldrop or Miss Kithier? Miss Waldrop?
Yes, Judge, that will be my case this afternoon. Judge, this looks like in this particular incident, the defendant actually pushed his mother with such force that it caused her to fall, hit the floor, hit both her head and her back on the way down. Ultimately, she did not have any visible injuries, but complained of some whiplash and pain to the head. I understand this is his first arrest. However, the state is requesting a bond in the amount of $2,500 surety on the charge of simple battery family violence. We're asking that he have no further contact for the time being with Miss Pamela Dillard, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond, and stay away from the address of 3585 Glenview Circle. And Judge, we do also believe that the defendant could benefit from anger awareness class while out on bond as well.
And Pamela Dillard, if you're on Zoom, this is the time to unmute and start your video. I do see her on the Zoom. Did you want to chime in, Miss Dillard?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Thank you. What would you like to tell us?
Oh, well, my son is dealing with mental illness, and
All right, let's not elaborate on that other than just indicating so.
okay. And so we would like to have that have him so that he can get into a program in order to receive help.
And is he currently receiving treatment from anyone?
No.
And do you have a program in mind?
Yes.
All right. And have you spoken to the public defense attorney?
Yes.
All right. Mr. Dotis, do you know if there is any MH issues that require him to be on the competency calendar?
Your Honor, I don't think that that is necessary at this. My apologies, I think I just froze. I don't think that's necessary at this time. I did have the pleasure of speaking with Miss Dillard earlier today. She does want to continue supporting Mr. Howland. And as part of that, we would ask that it be no further violent contact. no stay away, as Mr. Howland doesn't have any other place to go. He is a lifelong resident of Atlanta. And speaking with Mom, he is a graduate of Westminster. He also graduated from Cornell. And as we heard from pretrial, this is his first cycle. In speaking with Mom, we want to make sure we have a game plan moving forward so that Mr. Howland can be successful. So I don't think anger awareness is appropriate at this time. What I'd ask is if the court would allow it an MHET, a signature bond through pretrial, and be released. When I spoke with Miss Dillard, she wanted to make sure that he would be released if she signed him out. My understanding is she is working with a provider to potentially facilitate getting Mr. Howland immediate help once she signs him out. And I think that would satisfy, the help they provide would satisfy whatever pretrial would deem necessary.
Miss Dillard, are you comfortable with him being in the same home with you?
Provided he agrees to get the help.
I have no guarantees. If
And
I
yeah,
have no guarantees, if you're not comfortable, then it'll have to be no contact and he'll need to figure out where to live on his own.
We have other family that will
And
take,
with whom would he be living?
it would probably be my mother if he is if he
And you are comfortable with him living with a much older woman?
my brother is there as well.
Are you comfortable that they'll be as safe as you are?
I think that I need to hear from him to say that he would get
No,
the
ma'am, he has a constitutional right to remain silent. I'm not going to ask him anything.
Your Honor, can I make one note after speaking with Miss Dillard earlier?
Go ahead.
My understanding is that the care provider would be inpatient. So if there is a stay away, I'd ask for no stay away, but at least no further violent contact so that Miss Dillard can initiate getting him to that inpatient facility.
What's the name of your mother and your brother?
Edna Dillard and Morris Dillard.
Maurice?
Morris, Morris.
Oh, Morris. Okay. And how old is Mr. Morris Dillard?
He is 62, or I believe 63.
The bond is going to be set at 10,000. It's going to be a signature bond through pretrial services, level 2. Mr. Howland is going to be released to the custody of Morris Dillard and or Edna Dillard. He will update his mailing address to reflect that he's residing with them. He's to stay away from Miss Pamela Dillard's residence, which is at 3585 Glenview Circle. He's not allowed to live there until further order of the court. He's also to have no violent contact with Miss Pamela Dillard. So Miss Dillard, you can have communication with him. You can go visit him at Mom's place, but he cannot come to your place. Do you understand?
Yes.
If you want to bring his clothes and shoes to him, that's up to you. Within 10 days of being released, Mr. Howland, you will report to pretrial services twice a month. And also you will make sure that you enroll either in an inpatient program or you seek a mental health MH evaluation and submit to all treatment. This must all be done within 10 days of being released. You must show your pretrial officer that you've obtained an evaluation or that you've enrolled in an inpatient program, whichever one you want to do. But either way, you will be, if you enroll in an inpatient program, then your reporting will be from the program telephonically. But if you are you're in a day program or an outpatient program, then you'll need to report to pretrial twice a month. Your monitoring will be for a period of 12 months. And if you get arrested again, if you have any more altercations with Miss Dillard or any altercations with Edna and Morris, you'll be back in jail on a $10,000 bond. Any questions, Miss Dillard?
No.
Mr. Doris?
No, Judge. Miss Dillard, you have my number. We can talk shortly.
Thank you.
Courtroom 2. Mr. Howland, you have been advised of your right to remain silent. If you waive your right to remain silent, anything you say can and will be used against you in the treatment and prosecution of your case. Would you like to remain silent?
No.
So do you like to waive your right to remain silent?
I have something to say. Here,
So are you waiving your right to remain silent?
yes.
Your Honor, based on what I've heard from Miss Dillard and my communication with Mr. Howland, I would ask at least to speak with Mr. Howland separately. At this point in time, I really don't think it's appropriate for him to address the court.
Well, you heard his attorney, you heard your attorney. It would be best if you speak to him privately. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. This is ACDC.
Good afternoon.
We have position number 16, Miss Raglin here.
All right, and who's her attorney?
Miss
Miss
gonna be
Goodman?
me.
And Miss
Yes.
Goodman, have you spoken to Miss Raglin?
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
All right, Zakiya Raglin is accused of simple battery family violence from January 23rd of this year. Her accusation number is 26 CR 0022071Y. Ms. Raglin, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say about the facts of your case, your statements can and will be used against you in the treatment of your case. You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to represent you, and presently your attorney is Miss Goodman. Any priors?
Got an open simple battery out of DeKalb County, 2023. Trespass, damage, reckless conduct conviction. That's all.
Miss Waldrop?
Actually, for me, Your Honor.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Valadares? Yes, sir.
That's good. So yeah, this took place on January 23rd. The victim, Mr. Jawan Timmons, arrived at a precinct and reported that he was struck in the back of the head with a broomstick by this defendant, by his child's mother. They got into an altercation because there was an argument of who would watch the children. The victim had a probation appointment and the defendant wanted to leave to donate plasma. The defendant requested a police escort for the victim to retrieve his belongings, and the victim just asked that they be left outside. The victim was able to stay with someone else for the time being. And Your Honor, given that this is a domestic violence situation, as Your Honor knows, these cases can frequently have issues with witness intimidation and things of that nature. And given that the state is going to recommend a $1,500 surety bond, a 1-day anger awareness, and no further contact with the victim, Mr. Jawan Timmons.
Mr. Jawan Timmons, if you're on Zoom and you want to chime in, this is the time to do so. Okay, I don't know who this iPhone 2 is. All right, let's go ahead. Miss Goodman? I'm sorry, Miss Goodman. Yes, what's your recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor. Miss Raglin is only age 26. She was born and raised here in Georgia. Her entire family resides here, so she does have good community ties. She's got a good current address here in Atlanta, Georgia, where she's been residing at for the past year with her 3 children. She has 3 children, ages 2, 3, and 4, and all of her kids are autistic. And her 4-year-old just had an asthma attack yesterday, so she's really worried and is very concerned for her child and wishes to hurry up and get back to her child. But she is a high school graduate. She did receive her CERF certificate. It's a part of the food industry for her to be able to cook. And she currently does receive disability checks now, maybe some MH there, Your Honor. But as far as her criminal history is not a lot going on. She has just 1 conviction. It may be an open case, but that was from 2023. So that was about 3 years ago. She's been doing fine with her not being arrested. And Your Honor, she also turned herself in on this case. I know the warrant says that she left, but the only reason she left, a lieutenant told her that because there's no warrant, she doesn't have to sit there and wait. And that's the only reason why she left. It wasn't like she was leaving just to escape or something. She wasn't fleeing or anything like that. Again, she turned herself in. And in addition to that, there wasn't much evidence that the investigator did tell her when she arrived there. There wasn't no injuries reported or anything like that. And so, Your Honor, I will be asking for a signature bond in this case, so Ms. Raglin can be released today and hopefully get back to her child, who definitely suffered from asthma attack yesterday.
Bond is going to be set at $2,500, so signature bond through pretrial services level 2. She will report to pretrial twice a month. She's to have no further contact with Jawan Timmons. And so And hopefully she understands there won't be any third-party transfer of the children either. If Mr. Timmons wishes to see the children, he would need to file a legitimation case and get a court-ordered parenting plan. But in the meantime, Ms. Raglin will report twice a month. She will complete 12 anger management classes, and these will be at least once a month. So her monitoring will be for 12 months to complete the 12 classes. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons. And her next court date will be sent to her address at Fulton Street. If she changes her address, she'll need to make sure she update us with a new address. Thank you.
Position 10, Mr. LeBon.
Marcus LeBon is accused of battery, simple battery, from December 11th of last year, case 26 CR 2190B. Mr. LeBon, you've been advised of your rights and excuse me, I think I gave you an accusation number already. All right, Mr. Howard, any priors?
14 on probation out of Clayton County, trespass, battery DV as of February. 2026 failure to appear. That's all.
26?
20, huh?
Was it 2026 failure to appear?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Waldron?
Actually, me again, Your Honor.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Valadares.
That's okay. Yes, Your Honor. So this incident took place on April 3rd of 2026 when officers responded to 7177 Cavender Drive.
I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. I have a December 11th, 2025 incident date. Do you have a different incident date?
It's possible I could be mistaken, Your Honor. If you give me one moment. I'm sorry.
That's what it says on the accusation. I just want to be sure we're talking about the right case.
Sure. Sorry, I'm loading up on this right now just to double check. That is correct, Your Honor. My apologies on that.
No problem. Please proceed.
So that is, yes, December 11th of 2025. The officers made contact with the victim, Tariq Townson, and he was asleep he advised that when he was asleep in his bed, he was awoke to the defendant, his ex-boyfriend, standing over him and arguing with him. Things escalated when the defendant grabbed the victim by the shirt and yanked him back and forth while yelling in his face. The victim struck him to defend himself. Then the victim began punching him in the face multiple times with a closed fist. The defendant then left the scene. The officer noted bruising near both of the victim's eyes. The defendant was able to get into the residence by a victim's family member who was unaware of any sort of situation going on with them, so they let him in. And Your Honor, while this isn't a family violence case, this is a case where the defendant has previous relationship history with the defendant, the victim has previous relationship history with the defendant. He was able to enter the residence and somewhat ambush the defendant while he was sleeping. And we were actually able to make contact with the victim. And the victim stated that he does not want any contact with the defendant. He just wants the defendant to stay away from him. And he also mentioned that he sustained injuries both on his feet, back, and face. And given that information, Your Honor, the state is going to recommend $2,500 surety bond on the battery and a $500 surety bond on the simple battery, totaling $3,000 surety bond with the following conditions: 1 day anger awareness, no further contact with the victim, Mr. Tariq Townson, stay away from the incident location 7177 Cavender Drive, Southwest, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol.
I have a Derek's iPhone on Zoom. Is that Mr. Tariq Townson? And do you want to chime in? You need to start your video and unmute. Okay, take your hat off.
Yes.
All right, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
I do.
What would you like to tell us? Well, let me rephrase the question. Do
Yes.
you agree with what the prosecutor has just said?
As far as what part? There was a lot that was said. Everything that was
mostly
discussed.
about that you don't want any contact with him and you rather him stay away from you and your place.
I did not mention that. I just said I don't necessarily need contact when the lady called me this morning. I also explained I didn't want to press charges. That was it.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yes.
Mr. Doties?
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Laban is 36 years old. I do have good contact information for him. He has been in the Atlanta area for the past 7 years. He does have a good address, which was in the booking information that is separate from the incident location, nowhere near Mr. Thompson's residence. Mr. Laban is fine. He does not want any contact, is my understanding. Is fine with the stay away, has no reason to return to that incident location. He is a business owner where he does residential and commercial cleaning, as well as interior design and staging. So he is hopeful to get back to work shortly. Your Honor, he recently just, after building his life back up, he has been struggling with homelessness for the past couple of years. And so he was proud to share that he has had this residence for the past couple of months, and his business is booming. So I know he's ready to get back to that. Again, Your Honor, I believe my understanding is, of course, after speaking with Mr. Laban, we do refute what's going on in the incident report, but I let him know that there's a time and place for that, and we will request all discovery and look into that. And my understanding is that there have been other issues with this alleged victim, and Mr. Laban has in the past tried to get a TPO, but there were some procedural issues with that. So I let him know that in addition to having to stay away and making sure he doesn't have any contact, to look into and pursuing his own TPO as needed. We would just ask for the lowest possible bond, Your Honor. As stated, he is still only now just getting back on his feet, but he is willing to do any and all conditions that the court deems necessary for the safety of the community and the alleged victim.
Courtroom 2, please unmute. Mr. Laban, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you choose to say can and will be used against you. Are you waiving your right to remain silent?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes. So when the incident happened, I am refuting the statements in the police report, but I'm no threat to Thompson. Like a couple weeks after that, he joined my gym. I go to an elite gym. It's only one in the city of Atlanta. And I chose that gym for a particular reason. That's like my therapy. A couple weeks after that incident, he joined that gym and he approached me in the locker room. And I just kept going. I didn't say nothing. I removed myself from that space. So I'm no threat to Thompson. Like I'm just getting my life back together, like he said. And like I just paid rent, and I got a lot of like things going on. I help take care of my mom and my siblings in Detroit. So I'm just trying to get out of here and get back to my life. Like
Okay.
that's it.
Thank you. So I asked our pretrial officer about the 2026 failure to appear, and I wanted to make sure that this was a 2026 failure to appear. Under the law, if you have a failure to appear in the last 5 years, that disqualifies you from a signature bond.
Right.
For
I don't
count-
know what this for. I wasn't
Well,
aware.
you're going to have to talk to your attorney and find out.
Okay, because I didn't even know I had a court date.
Your bond for the battery charge is going to be 1,250, and the simple battery is 500. Your total bond is 1,750. It is a surety bond. Since you're already practicing this, then you should have no problem with no contact with Derek Thompson, and stay away from 7177 Cavender Street in Atlanta, Georgia. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons, no firearms. And your next court date is April 16th. If you post bond, you will be released, but you'll need to maintain a current address and comply with the conditions of the bond. Thank you. Next case.
Position 8, Mr. Jackson.
Garrett Jackson, is that right? Okay. Garrett Jackson is accused of simple battery family violence from November 30th of last year, case number 26 CR 2201B. Mr. Jackson has been advised of his rights. Mr. Howland?
Judge, if I may, I did speak with Mr. Jackson earlier. He does have a private attorney.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Zach Kelly here with the Finley Law Firm. I don't know if he's present. I tried to get in. Oh, I'm sorry. There.
Yes, Your Honor. And I apologize for how I'm dressed. I was on felony first appearance this morning. They told me there was not a misdemeanor first appearance today and that he would be on the calendar for Monday. And so I came to the jail to inform him of that and then was told at the jail, no, he's in court right now. And so I was then shuffled in before Your Honor.
I'll let this one slide, sir.
Thank you.
I'm kidding. You're fine.
I apologize. This is
It's Saturday casual. That's a fine. Okay. 26 CR 002201B. I'm so sorry, counsel. Could you give me your first and last name again?
It's Zach Kelleher, Kelehear.
Okay. And Mr. Kelleher, your client is accused of simple battery family violence. Have you had a chance to look at the warrant?
I have not, but I've reviewed the police report.
Okay. Mr. Howard, any priors?
6. 2018 possession of a controlled substance out of Tupelo, Mississippi. 2015 possession of meth, conditional discharge. That's all.
Thank you. Ms. Walter?
Yes, Judge. So this particular incident occurred as a result of, it looks like a custody exchange. The defendant would not bring the daughter that he has with the victim back to her. And so when the victim went to go and pick up the daughter, she asked her friend to come with her because there had been a history of violence between the two. And the friend was able to record the incident in which the defendant actually spat on the victim in this case. With respect to bond, we would be asking for a $1,500 surety bond. We're asking for no further contact with Miss Samantha Treadway. We're asking that Mr. Jackson have no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond, that he stay away from the address of 741 Morosco Drive, that there be a third-party transfer of the child in this case, and that there's at least a one-day anger awareness and parenting with a parenting class component to it that he complete while on bond.
All right. And Miss Samantha, I see that you're on Zoom. Did you want to chime in and say something? You need to start your video?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm trying. I'm sorry.
Okay. Miss Treadway, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you married to Mr. Jackson?
No, ma'am.
Are you divorced?
No, we were just in a 7-year relationship.
All right. And did Mr. Jackson legitimate the child?
We are currently in a custody, litigation, and I waived legitimization, and which I didn't know you could do, and just
Have you established a court-ordered parenting plan?
No, I was waiting for this to happen before that for safety reasons for me.
You were waiting for what to happen?
For him to turn himself in for this charge before we established any type of mediation.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Kelleher, anything to add?
Yes, Your Honor. My client is 46 years old. He's a Fulton County resident, or he was a Fulton County resident at this time. He's been living in the greater Atlanta area since 2018. Currently resides in Lawrenceville. He's gainfully employed as a food inspector for like industrial plants and things like that. There's no history of violence at all. Both of his prior cases were drug conditional discharge. He doesn't have any felony convictions. Once we became aware of this warrant, we only became aware of this. And again, the allegation here is not a physical contact. This is battery based on spitting is the allegation. Once we became aware of this, which was in a filing in the legitimation action, he retained me immediately. We made contact with law enforcement. Once we confirmed that there was a warrant, we arranged for his turn in on Friday. He did turn himself directly into the Zone 2 precinct as we had coordinated. I don't think that there's any real concern here about flight or the other IALA factors. We'd be asking for a signature bond and no violent contact just for the purposes of that ongoing legitimation and custody proceeding. That's basically the only contact that these two parties would need to have in relation to the child. The stay away, we don't have a problem with that, but just for the court's knowledge, that address is actually his old apartment. Neither of them live there, and there's no connection to this incident with that address. So
Okay, Ms. Treadway, do you still live at the Morosco Drive location?
I actually have never lived at the Morosco Drive. I live in Lawrenceville, and to my understanding, which I'm not sure, he would have to answer this. I think he's moved closer to where I live. I just am not sure where.
Right, that
Okay.
was his former residence.
Okay, thank you. On the simple battery family violence, it's going to be a 2,500 signature bond through pretrial services level 1. No further contact with Miss Samantha Treadway. He's to stay 200 yards away from her and not communicate with her in any way, form, or manner. And he's to wait until he gets a court-ordered parenting plan through his legitimation case, and then parenting can continue in accordance with the plan through a third party.
Your
So
Honor,
it will be child transfer through a third party in accordance with a court-ordered parenting plan from the legitimation case.
Your Honor, one quick question. The UJR supervision, is that going to prohibit him from being able to travel out of state? His work does require him to travel around to do individual plant inspections kind of all over the Southeast.
Yeah, bummer. This kind of thing does seem to intervene with real life. Mr. Howard, do you do telephonic reporting for level 1?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll allow for telephonic reporting.
Okay.
But he'll need to comply with the stay away and the no contact with Miss Treadway and the child. And the only way he'll see the child is through a third party from a court-ordered parenting plan. So they need to get cracking on that mediation. Thank you.
Understood. Thank you, Your Honor.
Position 4, Mr. Duncan.
Well done.
Mohammed Duncan is accused of misdemeanor possession of marijuana less than 1 ounce, giving an officer false information, and giving a false name or address to the officer from April 3rd of this year, case 26CR 2193D. Any prize?
You got an open defective tail light, window tint, no insurance. Possession of a firearm by convicted felon. It's 25 PI 008183.
Okay.
Wanted,
Sorry, anything else?
they wanted out of Douglas County per the GCIC. On probation for possession of meth with intent, felony obstruction. That's out of DeKalb County.
All right, thank you. Ms. Waldrop?
Yes, Judge. So of the concern to the state is obviously the 2025 obstruction conviction that Mr. Duncan has, and here he has been charged with a similar offense, which is giving, false name and false date of birth to law enforcement. He's got 22 cycles of various arrests and convictions, and was born in 1982. So that's concerning for the state, the number of cycles given his age. With respect to his criminal history, I also see multiple FTAs as well as probation violations, Judge. The state would request a $500 bond on count 1, $500 bond on count 2, and a $500 bond on count 3. We'd also ask that he have no drugs, alcohol, or weapons on or about his person while out on bond.
Ms. McLeod?
Honor, I am asking for signature bond for my client, especially given the fact that he has this hold. He is currently unemployed, and he tells me that he has been unemployed for several months. So I think he said about a year. So he's not in a position to pay for bond, Your Honor. And even if he receives a signature bond, he will be going to his hold in Douglas County. So I would ask for that for him, Your Honor.
Can we confirm that he has a hold at Douglas County? I don't see one on the jailing screen.
I believe pretrial said that, Your Honor. That's where that's what I'm going on.
Okay, thank you.
It was on the GCIC. I didn't see it on the Odyssey either, but it was on the GCIC. They'll run his GCIC before they release him.
But regardless, Your Honor, I would just ask a signature bond for him because he's unemployed and he's not in a position to pay for a bond.
Understood. On the misdemeanor possession of marijuana, that's going to be a UJR. Count 1 on giving false information to a law enforcement officer, that's going to be a $50 cash bond. And the second count is going to be a UJR. It's going to cost him $50 to bond out. And then if there is a hold, Douglas County will come pick him up. Next court date is going to be April 16th. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. That concludes my business before the court today. May I be excused?
Yes, Ms. Cloud, have a good weekend. Take care.
Thank you, you too.
Next case.
Position 12, Mr. Maple.
All right, that's Ms. Rockwell's client, and Mr. Valadares, did you get whatever information you needed from Ms. Rockwell?
I believe I had all the information, Your Honor.
Okay.
I wasn't aware I was missing any.
She said something about some statements, but let's proceed. 26.
Oh, is that the prosecutor, Judge?
Yes, Andy
Oh, I'm
Valadares.
sorry. I sent it to, and I would be happy to stand down if somebody could send me a copy of the warrant. I sent the statement to Your Honor, Ms. Githia and Ms. Waldrop. I did not mean to exclude you,
No, that's
Mr.
quite all right.
Prosecutor.
Ms. Githia, could you forward the information to Mr. Valadares? Miss Gray, Mr. Jordan, would you be able to just email Ms. Rockwell a copy of the warrant? And we will
And I'll
address.
stand down, Judge, and just wave to y'all when I get everything.
All right, Ms.
And
Ms.
Ms. Well,
Maples?
I don't have a copy of the affidavit. I just show you that you sent us a conflict.
That's
letter.
that's all I'm showing as well.
I don't show the affidavit or the statement.
Okay, so we
no,
don't have that. So why don't y'all discuss that in the chat? Who wants to get what information? And I'll move on to my next case. Please?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you.
Come on, Holmes, here. Position 6, Mr. Holmes.
Ricky Holmes is accused of simple battery family violence from April 2nd of this year, case number 26 CR 2197Y. Mr. Holmes, you've been advised of your rights. Any priors?
33. On probation out of Henry County for theft by taking. I saw 2010, 2009, 2008 fade to appear. That's all.
Ms. Waldrop?
Yes, Judge. So this charge stems from an incident in which the defendant struck his wife, Miss Adrian Holmes, on the thigh with an open hand. I show 33 cycles of arrest and various convictions, including multiple failure to appears, multiple probation violations. The state on this particular charge is asking for a $2,000 surety bond. We're asking that he have no further contact with Miss Adrian Holmes to allow for some type of a cooling down period. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons on or about his person while he is out on bond, and stay away from the address of 500 Cleveland Avenue, as well as complete one-day anger awareness.
Right. Is Mrs. Holmes on the Zoom? No one's responding. Okay. Mr. Darius?
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Holmes is 62 years old. I didn't hear any, apologies if I got it wrong, but I don't believe I heard any violent history. He is a lifelong resident of the state of Georgia. He's been in Atlanta for the past 14 years. He does reside at the incident location with his wife, Adrian, but he does tell me that he has, if he could not return to the location, he does have family, including his sisters or daughters, that he could stay with. He is a truck driver for a local company called Trade Your Tires, where he helps transport tires to be recycled. Your Honor, I would note regarding the warrant, there were no witnesses to any physical contact, and he does adamantly dispute harming his wife. He does have some concerns, and I tried to reach out to Miss Adrian ahead of time. I was unfortunately not able to get her. She does suffer from MS. She is bound to a wheelchair, and Mr. Holmes is the primary care provider. So he does have some concerns on who would take care of her if he was not allowed back to return to the residence. He informed me that the daughter that was staying with them has in the past refused to assist, which I think is why there was some frustration between him and Miss Davis that was mentioned in the warrant. And so he has concerns on what would happen to his wife and if she would be forced to go to some assisted living facility and who would coordinate that. So I don't know if a victim advocate has had a chance to speak with the family, but we do have some concerns about who's going to care for his wife if he can't return. Your Honor, I would ask for a signature bond through pretrial. I would also have to ask for no further violent contact, just so he could continue caring for Adrian. But I do understand that she's unfortunately not present, but maybe the victim advocate has talked to her.
All right, is there Adrian Holmes, or the warrant didn't mention the name of the adult daughter? I can't recall if he did.
Kennedy Davis, I believe, Your Honor.
Kennedy Davis, yeah, you're right. Kennedy Davis, are you on Zoom? All right, thank you. And Mr. Waldrop, can you confirm that the FTAs were more than 5 years old? Because Mr. Howard didn't indicate anything other than from the early 2000s.
Okay, give me just one moment, Judge. So, Judge, that is correct. I don't see where there is an FTA within the last 5 years.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
On the simple battery family violence, it's going to be a 3,500 signature bond through pretrial services level 2. There shall be no violent contact with Adrian Holmes and with Kennedy Davis. He may return to the Cleveland property, but there cannot be any physical or verbal altercations, which will include a slap on any part of her body. So please do not engage in any kind of contact that can be construed violent. You are also required to not consume any illegal drugs, no alcoholic beverages, and no, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or firearms. You will be subject to random screens while you report to pretrial services twice a month. Within 45 days of being released, you will enroll in a domestic violence intervention program or 12 anger management classes. That option's up to you. If you decide to do either program, then you must make sure that either the 12 anger management classes or the domestic violence program these are completed within 12 months of your release date. Your case may still continue, but one of these programs has to be completed within 12 months. You will report twice a month, and your monitoring will be for 12 months. Thank you.
And Judge, on the enrollment, that is within how many days of release?
45 days.
45 days.
So he has the option of doing either 12 anger management classes or the DVIP program.
Yes, Judge, thank you.
Thank you. Next case.
Position 19, Mr. Stewart.
Jamarian Stewart, middle name Darius, is accused of 1 count of battery, family violence, and 2 counts of cruelty in the 3rd degree from April 3rd of this year. Accusation 26 CR 2188F. Any priors, Mr. Howard?
4. Open case out of Dublin, Georgia. Terrorist threats. It was from a July 2025 arrest. 2023 obstruction arrest. 2023 disorderly conduct obstruction arrest. That's all.
Ms. Waldrop?
And Judge, I believe that's going to
That's
be
my.
Ms.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm sorry, Ms.
Yes.
Gavier.
Sorry, I couldn't unmute myself fast enough. Yes, that's my case. The victim in this case is Shalay Wilson, and she and the victim live together and they share children together. And in this case, on April 3rd, The defendant struck the victim in the left cheek with a closed fist, which caused a laceration on her left cheek. And he did this in front of their 2 minor children. The incident did occur in their home as well. Given that the defendant does have a pending terroristic threats, the state is asking for a $2,000 surety for the battery, $1,000 each for the cruelty to children, each count, no further contact with the victim, a third-party transfer of the children, stay away from the incident location, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons, and as well as a FVIP, Your Honor.
Shalay Wilson, if you're on Zoom and you want to chime in, this is the time to unmute and start your video. Shalay Wilson. No? Okay. Ms. Goodman?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Stewart is only age 22. He was born and raised here in Atlanta, Georgia. His entire family resides here. He does have a good address in Dublin, Georgia, where he's been residing at his entire life with his sister and mother. He does have 2 kids, a 1-year-old and a 1-month-old. And he did graduate from high school. And currently he's at First Institution studying filming and movies. But he did receive his forklift operator license and then also his OSHA certificate. He currently works at A&N forklift as a forklift operator and as a packer. And Your Honor, as far as this criminal history, I understand the state's concerned with the terroristic threats, but again, we don't know if it's the same victim in that case. And again, it's a pending case, so he hasn't even been convicted of those charges yet. And so again, those are just allegations. So we will be asking in this case for Mr. Stewart for the 3 counts of signature bond. He is still young. He's only 22. He's doing well for himself. He's in school. He's got a job. He's employed, and he's a lifelong resident here in Georgia. So he does have good community ties here. And he's also a father, Your Honor. I know the alleged victim in this case, I believe they share a child. But he provides for those children, and he is a caregiver for those kids. So we will be asking for a signature bond in this case, Your Honor.
All right. On the battery family violence, that's going to be 2,000. On each count of the cruelty, that's going to be 750 each. So that's going to be a 3,500 signature bond through pretrial services, level 2. He's to have no further contact with Shalay Wilson. Stay away from the location, I believe. I'm sorry, I didn't write it down, and I know
you need the
Zakiya
address,
said
Your
it.
Honor.
Yes.
My apologies. It's 575 Magnolia Circle in Palmetto.
Okay, yeah, that's the location he has to stay away from. He can have contact with the 2 children once he files a legitimation case and he gets a court-ordered parenting plan in order to see the children. And if the parenting plan allows for third-party transfer, he'll need to comply with that. Otherwise, I'll let the Superior Court decide how his parenting plan should be executed. In the meantime, he's not to have any contact with the children until he gets the court-ordered parenting plan, at which time then Ms. Wilson can counter for child support or anything else she desires. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. He is to report to pretrial twice a month, and within 45 days of being released, he will enroll in a domestic violence intervention program and complete all 24 weeks of classes at his expense. The monitoring for this pretrial program will be for 12 months. Thank you.
Position 11, Mr. Lackey.
Darius Montrell Lackey Jr. is accused of loitering and prowling from April 30th of this year, 26 CR 2195D. Mr. Howard?
Lackey, second arrest, resident of Tennessee. 2025 assault on first responder. That's all.
Mr. Valadares?
Yes, Your Honor. Would you like me to go through? This is the same fact pattern as the one before with the prowling with the black SUV.
No, I don't need it. Thank you. This is the other
Yes,
alleged
Your Honor.
individual,
The state
correct?
That is correct, Your Honor. And the state has the same concerns with their connections to Tennessee and just the general facts. So based on that, the state is going to recommend a $5,000 surety bond, no further contact with Ms. Fardy Brown and Marquis Milsap, the other defendant in this case. It's stay away from incident location at 925 Canterbury Road, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol.
Mr. Doties?
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Lackey is 20 years old. I didn't hear any history of FTAs or VOPs. His only other cycle, my understanding, is pending in Tennessee. He does reside in Chattanooga, Tennessee with his grandfather, Melvin Smith, who is going to continue supporting him. He also has the support of his girlfriend, who is currently waiting to see how she can come down and help him get home. He is working currently to enlisting in the Army. They are also assisting with school enrollment so he can continue his education. So he is anxious to get back to that. Your Honor, he absolutely refutes the allegations. He's let me know that he was only in the back of the car. He was not one of the individuals that ever got out of the car. And I let him know that we, of course, don't have all the discovery, but we'll do our best to sort through that at the appropriate time, including any video discovery. Based on his age and lack of history, Judge, I would just ask for a signature bond through pretrial with the ability to remotely report with any conditions the court deems appropriate.
5,000 surety bond. Stay away from co-defendants, including Marquis Milsap and the alleged victim, Ms. Brown. Stay away from the 925 Canterbury Road and the Quick Trip gas station at 761 Sidney Marcus Boulevard. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. Next court date is April 16th.
Position 13, Mr. Miller.
Jaylen Miller is accused of criminal trespass causing damage to property from April 3rd of this year, case 26 CR 2205A. Mr. Miller, you've been advised of your rights. Your attorney is Mr. Dotis and Mr. Howland.
26. On probation, burglary in the first. It's 25 SC 003 611. On probation for another burglary in the first. 24 SC 001 458. On probation for felony theft by taking. 17 SC 153 553. On probation for another theft by taking 4 counts. 16 SC 148 178.
When does that one expire? Do you know?
Which one? The last one?
Yeah.
Next year. They gave him 10 years in 2017.
Oh, okay.
But
Thank
that
you.
one, yeah.
That's good. Thank you. Mr. Valadares?
Yes, Your Honor. So this incident took place on April 3rd of 2026. Officer Williams of APD was dispatched to 322 Jordan Street in Atlanta, Georgia, to the incident location on a larceny call. The defendant, the victim had a video of a black male wearing a green hoodie throwing a rock through 2 of his windows and pulling on the doors to his residence. The victim, Mark Schwartz, was able to ask around the neighborhood and was advised that the suspect was hanging outside the 76 gas station at 1885 Jonesboro Road. And the officer arrived and noticed the suspect fitting the description of the video and subsequently arrested him. And Your Honor, the state is heavily concerned with this defendant reoffending. There is an extensive criminal history, most of which is centered around crimes involving theft. And as Your Honor heard, I believe there was an arrest in 2024 for burglary in the first, on which he is still on probation for, as well as other probations for theft-related crimes. Additionally, I have here that in February of this year, he pled NOLA to a shoplifting charge. And Your Honor, based on that extensive criminal history, the state is going to recommend a $2,000 surety bond, theft prevention class, no further contact with the victim, Mr. Mark Schwartz, stay away from the incident location, 322 Jordan Street, Southeast in Atlanta, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol.
Is there a Jordan Schwartz who wants to chime in? No? Okay. Mr. Darius?
Yes, Mr. Miller is 28 years old. He has been in Atlanta the past 7 years. He is in the area along with his mother and father, who he believes are open to supporting him moving forward. I do have good contact information for them. He has been struggling on his own and has not had stable housing. And he's at a point where he's recognized that he needs the help of his family. He did provide me with his father's contact information and address, which is nowhere near the incident location, and he believes that he is welcome to stay there if released. He's fine with the stay away from that area, and he has no reason to contact this individual. He absolutely refutes the allegations that he was the individual caught on camera, but he is currently unable to afford any monetary bond. So I would just request if he's eligible for a signature bond through pretrial judges. Like I said, he's unable to afford any monetary bonds. And of course, I'll make a referral to our social worker should it be necessary.
All right. Mr. Miller has, at least from what I can see, just in Fulton County alone, 4 open probation cases. And I lost track of count, but I stopped counting at 10. More than 10 booking numbers with Fulton County alone since 2019. He demonstrates a very high probability of and very high likelihood to reoffend. I'm not sure of the assurances of whether he's now ready to seek help, since his prior arrests indicate that he did go through some programs, but apparently with no success. His bond is going to be set at $1,500. This is a cash bond only. He is to stay 200 yards away from the Jordan Street location and have no contact with the victim, no illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. Thank you. Oh, next court date is April 16th. Next case, please.
Position 20, Mr. Stroud.
Thank you. Tommy Stroud is accused of battery, family violence, and simple battery, family violence from March 13th of this year, case 26CR2208Y. Any priors, Mr. Howland?
36. 2018 suspended license DUI. 2012 battery DV conviction. 2006 simple assault conviction. That's all.
His 36 cycles all from 2016 or 2018 and before?
I'm gonna assume, yeah. I did this stuff early this morning, but I put 2018 first, so that must have been the last one that I saw.
Any FTAs?
No. If there were FTAs, they had a disposition on it that said dismissed or something like that, but no.
All right. Ms. Guthier?
Yes, Your Honor, and I was also checking the last 5 years. So this is actually Mr. Stroud's second battery family violation. So it's possible that it may get transferred to felony to Superior Court. He has a 2012 battery family violence conviction. As for this instant case, it happened on March 13th, 2026, in which the victim, Keosha Adams, and the defendant were in his vehicle, and they were at Chase Bank located at 3380 Northside Parkway when the officers got a domestic call with some minor injuries. In this case, the defendant and the victim were arguing about a situation, and the defendant then punched the victim in the face and pulled her hair as she was actually trying to exit out of the vehicle. The victim then ran into that Chase Bank for safety when she finally broke free. And then after she ran into the bank, the defendant ran after her. Well, I'm sorry. He entered the bank shortly thereafter looking for the victim, and one of the employees informed him that she was not in there. At that time, he left the scene. And the victim did have visible swelling on her face. The officers also spoke with the branch operation lead about the situation, and she also cooperated what the victim has informed the police officers. Given that this is actually his second battery, the state is requesting a $2,500 surety on the battery, $1,500 surety on the simple battery. No further violent contact with the victim, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons, and the FVIP program.
Why no violent contact?
We spoke with the victim in this matter, and she stated that this was the first time that this has happened between the two of them, and she was okay with contact.
Is there a Keosha Adams on Zoom? All right. Ms. Goodman?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Stroud is age 40.
I'm here. I'm sorry. I couldn't unmute it. I'm sorry.
You need your video on and you need to unmute?
Yeah, I don't know how to. Oh, okay, there we go.
All right, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, ma'am.
So I guess could you answer this question? Why no violent contact?
Because he never did this to me before, and he's not a violent person. He's really actually a good person, but he just lost his mom. So I guess he's just going through a lot right now. And he don't have anybody, like he don't have anywhere to stay or anything. So he only just have me.
Well,
So
that's very generous of you, ma'am, but the allegation is that he punched you in the left side of the face, he pulled your hair, and you fled into a business to get away from him. So again, I ask you,
Yes,
why no
ma'am.
violent contact?
I mean, because he's no value to me. He's no threat to me. I just feel like he's no threat to me. We've been together for 5 years, so he's never done this to me before.
How many times does it take?
I mean, one time it's only take one time, but I just feel like he won't do it again.
All right. Well, I'm not as assured as you are. Ms. Goodman?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Stroud is age 44. He is a long life resident here of Georgia. His entire family resides here. He has a good address in Atlanta, Georgia, where he's been residing at for 10 years with his sister. It's not the same address as the incident location. He does have 13 kids, ranging from ages 7 to 24. He completed high school and graduated. He currently received disability checks because he had a birth defect with a hole in his heart. And Your Honor, as far as his criminal history goes, it sounds like it's very old, at least outdated more than 10 years ago. We're talking in 06 and in 2016 and 2018. So not all the way 10 years ago, but very old convictions here, Your Honor. So he's been doing well for himself. Just to piggyback off with the alleged victim wants contact. And so I would agree with her just to have no further violent contact. And then I will be asking for a signature bond in this case, considering the fact that his criminal history is outdated. And I understood the state bringing up a case from 2012. I didn't go into his criminal history. I'm not sure. I'm just going based off of what the pretrial services have from his GCIC. But even if there is another battery case, it's still also outdated. I mean, it's from 2012. So I do believe that Mr. Stroud is a good candidate for a signature bond here. And again, we will be asking no further violent contact due to the wishes of the alleged victim here. It doesn't sound like there's been a lot of history back and forth of them calling 911 or the police getting involved based off of what the victim alleged here. So I do believe a signature bond would be appropriate.
Okay. So Mr. Stroud, yes, both our pretrial officer and the prosecutor confirmed that you have a prior conviction for battery domestic violence. In Georgia, when you have a prior conviction for battery domestic violence, any subsequent arrest can be deemed to be a felony charge. And that's what the prosecution intends to do, is to present the matter to the district attorney's office to see if they will accept this as a felony case. But in the meantime, on the battery family violence, your bond is going to be set at 3,500 and the simple battery is going to be 1,500. This is going to be a 5,000 signature bond through pretrial services, level 2, and this will be a 12-month monitoring. He's to have no violent contact with Keosha Adams. He's to stay away from the Chase Bank location at 3380 Northside Parkway in Northwest Atlanta. He is to enroll in a domestic violence intervention program within 45 days of being released. And this is a series of 24 weeks of classes that he would need to attend and complete at his expense without missing or skipping any classes. No illegal drugs, no alcoholic beverages, and he's not allowed to own or possess any firearms. He will be subject to random screens. Mr. Stroud, you'll be subject to 12-month monitoring by pretrial, although this case may continue beyond that. So please be mindful to comply with these conditions. Thank you.
What level is that, Judge?
Level 2, twice a month.
Position 23, Mr. Wilkins.
Philip Wilkins is accused of battery family violence, 2 counts of simple battery family violence and cruelty in the 3rd degree from August 24th of 2025, case 26 CR 2198E. Any prize?
First.
Ms. Githia? Position 23.
Yes, Your Honor. This situation, on August 29th, officers responded to 1093 West Avenue Southwest, and located in Atlanta in reference to information regarding a prior domestic physical assault. The officers arrived at their location and they did speak with the victim, Miss Jordan Kirk, and she informed them that on August 24th, so 5 days prior, at approximately 200 hours, 2 a.m. in the morning, she was involved in a verbal altercation with the defendant inside their residence. And they do share a minor child, and at the time they were living together. The verbal altercation eventually led to physical altercation in which the defendant struck the victim multiple times in her face, her stomach, and her groin area. And she sustained a black eye, a bloody forehead, and body pains as a result. She was also pregnant at this time as well when this assault happened. The officers did observe injuries consistent with the victim's statement, which included bruising, swelling to her eye, and a scratch above her eyebrow. Her minor son was present inside the home at the time, and the victim stated that he did witness this altercation between his parents. The state, given the degree of the injuries, the state is going to ask for a $2,000 surety on the battery and $1,500 on each simple battery, as well as a $1,000 on the cruelty to children. No further violent contact with the victim. Stay away from the incident location. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons. A FVIP class with the parenting component. And in this situation, the victims did state that she did want contact with the defendant.
Thank you.
Nothing further from the state.
Jordan Kirk, I see there's a Jordan on Zoom. If you want to chime in and add anything to the proceedings. All right, Ms. Goodman.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Wilkins is age 31. He's been living in Georgia now for the past 10 years, but he does have parents that live here. He has a good address here in Sandy Springs, Georgia, where he's been residing at for the past 5 months. It's not the same address as the one of the incident location. He does have one child. It's an 8-year-old son, and he's also autistic as well. And Mr. Wilkins is also the sole caregiver for that child. And then it looked like he has some college as well. He attended West Georgia and then attended Georgetown a little bit and studying business. He currently works for Uber and he lifts as well. And Your Honor, this is his first time ever being arrested. He has no conviction, so that speaks for itself. If we go back to the Ayala factors, I mean, he has good community ties here. He has family here. He's not a danger to the victim. Ms. Kirk does want contact with him, according to the state. And Your Honor, this is his first time being arrested, so he's not likely to reoffend or anything like that. And so I do believe he will be a good candidate for a signature bond.
I'm here if I could speak. I'm not sure how to do the video.
Mr. Jordan or Miss Grace, can you prompt her to start a video? And before Ms. Kirk speaks, Ms. Githea, is the state planning to amend the charge to a battery against a female who is pregnant based on the allegations in the warrant? I'm sorry, Ms. Githea?
Sorry. Yes, Your Honor, we was going to speak with the victim on that, and then we was possibly going to add that. But we was going to speak further with the victim.
It says so in the warrant right there. I mean,
Just wanted to get more information.
That's an allegation
regarding the pregnancy.
There was an allegation that she believed she was experiencing a miscarriage as a result of the physical assault.
And
okay.
we just need to know, was it a miscarriage? Was it what was going on before we can, yeah.
All right. Ms. Kirk, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
What would you like to tell us?
So my biggest concern is he does have my son. So I'm wondering, are you guys doing like a third party?
What do you mean that he has your son?
He has custody of my son, not through the court, but he has physical custody of him currently.
Why?
Because I left the state of Georgia while I was pregnant.
Have you had the child since then?
No, I left the middle of November, and I haven't seen him since.
Have you had your second child?
I had her a couple of days ago.
Okay. And are you planning to return to retrieve your son?
I am, but right now his dad is withholding information and things to get that situated.
Is your son born in Georgia?
He was born in Phoenix, and we came to Georgia January 2024. Yeah, 2025, actually.
And when will you be able to retrieve your son?
As soon as I can. I just gave birth, and so I'm just trying to figure out how to get down there. I just learned about all of this morning.
You have 10 days to retrieve your son.
Okay. Is there anything I could figure out where he's at right now?
Well, we'll find out soon. Thank you. Okay. Ms. Goodman, anything else to add? Nothing else, Ms. Goodman?
Sorry, I realized I muted myself. No, Your Honor, I have nothing else to add.
Okay, thank you. On the battery family violence, that's going to be a $2,500 surety bond. On the cruelty in the third degree, that's going to be $2,500. Simple battery is $2,500, and other count simple battery is $2,500. Counts 2, 3, and 4 are going to be a signature bond through pretrial services level 2. This is going to be a $10,000 split bond. No further contact with Jordan Kirk to stay away from, I guess, if it's applicable, the 1093 West Avenue in Atlanta, Georgia. Do you still occupy that, Ms. Kirk?
No, I'm in Virginia right now.
All right, so we're going to take away the stay away, but no contact with Ms. Kirk. Mr. Wilkins is to surrender the minor son back to Ms. Jordan Kirk within 10 days through a third party. So he will contact his attorney, Ms. Goodman, and let her know the address of where the son is residing. Otherwise, Mr. Wilkins, this will be considered a violation of your bond, and you could end up being back in jail. Your signature bond will be surrendered. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. You will report to pretrial twice a month. You will enroll in a domestic violence intervention program within 45 days of being released. This will be a 12-month monitoring. You are to attend and complete all 24 classes at your expense. You're not to consume any illegal drugs, including marijuana. You're not to consume any alcoholic beverages, and you're not allowed to own or possess any firearms. If you wish to have any contact with your minor son or any other children that you share with Ms. Kirk, you must file a legitimation case in the appropriate superior court in Fulton, Georgia, and obtain a court order for a parenting plan. It will be up to the superior court to decide whether it will be a third-party transfer or whether it can be an in-person visitation and custody. But I'm very serious. Under the circumstances, you have to surrender custody of your minor son to his mother within 10 days of this court order. Whether you let Ms. Goodman know of his location or whether you reach out directly to the third party to contact Ms. Kirk to let her know where her son is. Today is April 4th. She has till April 14th, 2026 to retrieve a child. Otherwise, she would need to go through the appropriate legal avenue to retrieve the child. Thank you.
And Your Honor, just for logistic purposes, what do we need to communicate? I mean, I'm just trying to figure out who would be the third party in this case.
Whoever has custody of the child, I heard that it was the grandfather.
Okay.
So Mr. Wilkins need to get in touch with you. He's got a $10,000 split bond. His next court date is April 16th. So hopefully, Miss Kirk, if you can provide your email, phone number to Public Defense Attorney Shambraya Goodman. Do you see her on the chat list?
Yes.
All right. To Miss Goodman and also to Miss Githia, Sarita Githia. That way someone can contact you as to where to pick up your child.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll put my email in the chat, Ms. Kirk.
Okay. Do I just exit out and stay on?
No,
just
you
stay
stay on
on
the
till I-
chat. Just mute your screen and switch your video off. Thank you.
Position,
Go ahead.
position 9, Mr. Kelly.
9. Okay. Jarquez Kelly is accused of misdemeanor possession of marijuana and willful obstruction of an officer. Case 26 CR 2194C. Any priors?
I got first.
Ms. Waldrop?
Yes, Judge. I do show that as well, that there was no record for Mr. Kelly. However, he was being detained at that time. He was being detained for having been seen purchasing marijuana at a grocery store located at 825 McDaniel Street. That's the Pyramid Grocery. He later was seen discarding the suspected marijuana while running from police. So he was fleeing after being given a lawful command to stop. With respect to count 1, the state is requesting a $500 bond. On count 2, a $1,000 good bond. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond, and stay away from 825 McDaniel Street.
Is that the grocery store?
That is, Judge, Pyramid Grocery.
All right, thank you. On the misdemeanor possession of marijuana, that's going to be a UJR. The willful obstruction is a $1,000 signature bond through the jail, and he's required to stay away from 825 McDaniel Street. No illegal drugs, no alcoholic beverages, and no weapons and firearms. Illegal drugs, marijuana is still classified as an illegal drug. So please be mindful that if you want to smoke weed, do it outside of Georgia. Thank you.
Judge, can you give me that bond amount again?
Sure. Count 1 is a UJR. Count 2 is a $1,000 signature bond through the jail.
Thanks, Judge. Position 17, Mr. Reed.
Which position?
17, Deanie Fitzgerald Reed. Mr. Reed, his case is 26 CR 2187K. He's accused of 1 count of battery, 2 counts of simple battery, and 1 count of simple assault. Any priors?
28, 2022 failed to appear, 2019 parole violation, 2019 trespass conviction. I know the booking says he's homeless. That's all.
Thank you. Ms. Waldrop?
That
Oh,
is
Ms.
mine,
Gutierrez?
that's mine, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yes, on April 3rd, an officer responded to, met with the victim, Nicole Kemp, and she informed the officers that 2 days prior, on April 1st, approximately 3 or 4 in the morning, she was punched and fought by the defendant after she greeted another man at the residence that they were currently visiting. The defendant stated that he felt disrespected by the victim, and prior to him actually punching her, he actually threatened her and said, "I started to hit you," and then he actually carried that out and then punched the victim. He punched her in the face, the chest, and the back of her head, and as a result, she did have a black eye, and bruising on her, and other bruising on her face. The location where this occurred was not a residence of either parties, and although they're in a relationship, they do not live together, but this was a location that they frequent often. Given that the defendant does have the FTA in 2022 on the actual felony charge, as well as a 2019 parole violation, the state is requesting a $2,500 surety bond on the battery, as well as $1,500 each on the simple battery and $1,000 on the simple assault. To have no further contact with the victim, Nicole Kemp, stay away from the incident location, which is 262 Arthur Langford Jr. Place Southwest, and 1 day of anger awareness, and no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. Nothing further from the state.
Ms. Goodman?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Reed is age 62. He was born and raised here in Georgia. His entire family lives here. The state already mentioned this, but the alleged victim and the defendant here are both homeless. They're residentially challenged. And it seems like the incident location was the address that they just hung out at. But I spoke to Mr. Reed, and what we're doing here, I'm definitely want to get a social worker on his case, but we'll be asking for a signature bond and wrap services so he could have help with finding housing. When I spoke to him, he has been homeless now for the past 3 to 4 years, so we do want to get him some help. He does have a child that's not a child, it's 33-year-old, so a grown adult. But he doesn't have any numbers for any family members, so we want to really help him get connected with his family and try and seek some help. And as you already heard, his criminal history, I mean, it is a little, we talking 2022 was the last time that he'd been arrested. That was 4 years ago, Your Honor. So he has been doing well for the time, but it does seem like something may have happened that caused him to be homeless. And when I did speak to him, he did inform me that his mom passed away, and that kind of caused the cycle of him being homeless. And that kind of lines up with the last 3 or 4 years of him being on the street. And so, Your Honor, again, we'll just be asking for a signature bond in this case via wrap services so he can get the help that he needs. And we will also be trying to put a social worker on his case to look into housing for him.
On the battery, it's going to be $750. On the remaining 3 counts, it's going to be $250 each. His total bond is going to be $1,500. It is a surety bond. He's to have no further contact with Nicole Kemp. Stay away from the Arthur Langford location. And no illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. His next court date is April 16th. Thank you. And he'll need a social worker visit for housing. Next case, please.
Position 12, Mr. Maples.
Right, Mr. Reed, if you would please vacate the seat. We need somebody else to sit there. Gavin Lee Maples is accused of simple battery from April 3rd of this year, case 26 CR 002196G. Any priors on Mr. Maples?
I got first.
Okay. Mr. Valadares?
Yes, Your Honor. So this incident took place on April 3rd of 2026 at 200 Memorial Drive in Fulton County. Investigator Jennings of APD witnessed the following incident. The defendant and another person walked onto the city sidewalk and began a confrontation with the victim, Mr. Abraham Harris. He witnessed the defendant pepper spray the victim twice and then went over to administer aid. The defendant told officers that he has had a history with the victim being on his property, and it escalated when he believed the victim had a weapon in his hands, which led to the pepper spray. And Your Honor, the state's going to recommend a $1,500 surety bond, no further contact with Abraham Harris, 1 day anger awareness, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol. That's all from the state, Your Honor.
Abraham Harris, if you're on Zoom, this is the time to unmute and start your video. Nope, won't see anyone. Ms. Rockville?
Good morning, Judge. For the record, he is 30 years of age. He is a bounty hunter. He also works at Alpha Bonding Company. I am familiar with the alleged victim in this case. He is there on the property every day, terrorizing the people. He's a homeless individual, Judge. He was approached by Mr. Gavin Maples and another individual because he continues to go to the fencing area. That bonding company is right next door to a nursery school. He urinates on the fence, exposing himself all the time to the children in the yard. They call the police on him all the time. He has assaulted many individuals. He gets arrested, and I'm talking about the victim. He gets arrested, and 24 hours later, he's back in the parking lot. He has threatened me. I'm scared of him. Frankly, the police that come to the bonding company and tell them you cannot put handcuffs on the victim, but you can mace him or tase him. I'm just saying, I don't know what else to do. He did threaten. So I would, that is not an unreasonable bond, Judge. I don't know how else to keep him away from there. The police can't keep him away from there. I'm thinking maybe a trespass warning, but he's there every day. I see him every time I go to traffic court. I'm afraid of him.
Hey,
Bond is set at 2,500. It's a signature bond through the jail. No violent contact.
Judge, let me say one thing. I have better luck with a surety bond, Judge. So there's also the bonding company.
It's a signature bond through the jail. It's like a reconnaissance bond.
Yes, Judge, I have better luck, and the bonding company will make his bond. That way, there's an extra person looking for the court date also. We're good with the $1,500 surety bond, Judge.
Okay, well, listen, first, $1,500 surety bond, no violent contact with Abraham Harris, and need to get the police involved. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes.
Thank you. Y'all have a good Easter. Thank you so much.
You too. His next court date is April 16th, unless he bonds out.
Yes, Judge. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Valladares.
All right, next case.
What was that bond amount, Judge?
1,500 surety at defense counsel's request.
Judge, stand by. We're going to bring some more people to the courtroom.
All right. While we are waiting for the other folks, let me just go over the calendar. Is that all right, Deputy, if we go over the calendar?
Yes, we can do that.
Thank you. Position 1 body was a $1,000 signature bond through the jail.
Judge, can I just ask a quick question on that one?
Sure.
Because it's a signature bond through the jail, I understand that due to the Riverside issues, but does that mean we can't do a condition such as a stay away from that area? Because
that would be correct.
Okay, all right.
Riverside doesn't authorize any restrictions.
Okay, thank you.
Position 2 is Chokes, and that was a $3,000. No. Yeah, it was a $3,000 split bond. Am I correct?
I had $3,000 surety, Judge.
Is surety, okay.
I
Oh,
had
he has
$3,000 surety.
he has a bond surrender from a prior case. That's what it was.
Correct,
So it's a
Judge.
3,000 surety in this case and a 2,000 bond surrender in a prior case. Elax Dennard is
Your Honor, Mr. Dennard did waive his presence. I'm happy to handle that at the end of the calendar.
Okay, thank you. Position 4, Duncan is a $50 split bond, a $50 cash on count 2, UJR on count 1, and UJR on count 3. Terry Glenn is a $1,000 split bond, reset April 16th. Position 6, Holmes, Ricky Holmes is a 3,500 signature bond through pretrial level 2. Howland is a $10,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2 with a release to Edna Dillard and Maurice Dillard. Oh, one more thing on his bond order. Please make sure we put down no violent contact with Edna and Maurice Dillard also. Position 8, Jackson is a 2,500 signature bond through pretrial level 1. Position 9, Kelly is a UJR on count 1 and a $1,000 signature bond through the jail on count 2. 10, LeBon, that is a 1,750 surety bond, reset April 16. 11, Lackey is a $5,000 surety bond, reset April 16. 12, Maples is a 1,500 surety bond, reset April 16. 13 is a $1,500 cash bond, reset April 16. 14, Milsap is a 5,000 surety, reset April 16. 15, Amani Parker, what are we doing?
Same announcement, Judge. That's a waiver of presence.
Okay,
I'm
thank
happy to
you.
handle those at the end of the call of the calendar while we wait for.
Thank you. 16, Raglin is a 2,500 signature bond through pretrial. I want to say level 2. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Position 17, Reed is a $1,500 surety bond, reset April 16. 18, John Smith is a 7,500 split bond, reset April 16. 19, Stewart is a, I think it was a surety bond, but I didn't add it up. 2,000.
Pretrial level 2. I got.
Oh,
Yeah, I
30
got
No,
pretrial
you're
level.
right. You're right. It's a 3,500 signature bond through pretrial level 2 with DVIP 12 months monitoring. Sorry about that. Position 20, Tommy Stroud is a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. 21, Anthony Townson.
Your Honor, I need to still interview him. And so I asked, since we're on Zoom right now, I can't call because I usually call off my work phone, which is on the computer. And so I can't call and be on Zoom at the same time. So I'm asking if we could just put me in a breakout room with him. So I could just do the interview at that point.
Hopefully he'll be there. Okay. So that's position 21, and you need to speak to the defendant. All right. Position 22, trailer, that was a $6,000 surety bond, reset to April 16. 23, Wilkins, and that's a $10,000 split bond, reset to April 16. 24, Katesia Wilson.
Your Honor, that would be a reset for mental health. I wasn't able to speak to her because she's like in medical and she wasn't getting dressed to come to the phone. And so that will need to be reset. But I have noticed that she has been there for a few days. But I believe someone may have to go out there. That's what the officer told me, that someone would have to actually go out to ACDC to interview her.
Okay, I'm going to reset it to the C calendar on Monday, which is April 6th at 2 p.m. At which time, if you ascertain that this is an MH situation, please reset it to this coming Thursday competency calendar.
Okay.
And Your Honor, can we go back to Mr. Wilkins just really quickly? I just wanted
Yeah.
to make sure he's to return the child by April 10th. I'm sorry, April 14th, correct?
He's to surrender the child to Miss Jordan Kirk within 10 days, which would be April 14th, 2026.
Okay.
And either counsel, Ms. Goodman, or Mr. Wilkins need to contact whoever is caring for the child to reach out to Miss Kirk, given her This is the only time he's allowed to have contact with Miss Kirk.
Mhm.
And it will be for the sole purpose of informing her of the pickup place and time.
And Miss Kirk didn't leave me a message in the chat of her contact information. Miss Gadai, if you have her contact information, can you just email it to me so I have it? Because I'd rather just do I'd rather be the point of contact than other people than it depend on them. So,
I'll send it to you. I'll
Thank
give
you,
you some
sir.
contact information.
And 25, Zion or Zion Wolf?
And Your Honor, Miss Wolf, she is a 17-year-old, so she's being housed in medical right now. So that is going to be a waiver of appearance. But I am ready on that case.
Do we have a written waiver?
Yes. Do I need to send? This is my first day in this courtroom coming from Superior Court. Do I need to actually file the waiver of appearance?
Yes.
Okay.
It needs to be sent to Mr. Jordan.
Okay.
Oh no, it's sorry, Melissa Grace. All bond orders, any documents, anything, any waivers, any consent orders, everything should be sent to the litigation manager for the calendar, and that's Melissa Grace today.
Thank
And
you. I will get that over right away. Sorry about
Yeah,
that.
Ms.
Okay.
Goodman, I CC'd you when I did mine today, so you can see how to do it.
Thank you.
25 is a waiver. Okay.
Judge, can I get the amount on position number 1 of the signature bond?
Deario Bod was $1,000 signature bond through the jail, Riverside issue.
Yes, thanks.
Judge,
Yes, Deputy?
do you know what we were doing with Miss Cornelia Petaway? She was a bond over.
I don't have a booking number. She's not on my calendar. May I have
We were
it?
told she was released, or she made bond. We were told she made the bond.
Her bond was paid.
That's what we were told.
Do you have a booking number, please?
That's going to be 260-5800.
This was from yesterday where she was allegedly in the process of making bond. Was that the case? That's fine. Who were the other individuals you're bringing in?
Miss Goodman needs to speak to Miss Townsend.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And we got the waivers left.
Yeah. How can Miss Goodman speak to Miss Position 21, Anthony Townsend?
You can call the courtroom.
Can you give her the number in the chat, please?
Yeah, I'm gonna just have to log off of Zoom right quick.
That's fine.
So,
We'll
okay.
wait for you.
Okay, thank you.
Keep going.
Do you have the number, Miss Goodman?
Yeah, I got it. I could call them. I
All
just
right.
gotta log. I just
Go
wanted
ahead
to
and
make.
call.
Okay.
So in the meantime, we are addressing Elax Dennard. Is that Mr. Dotis, your client, who is
Yes, Judge.
charged with battery family violence from April 3rd, 2026, case 26 CR 2204G. This is a waiver of appearance and yes, what are we doing?
45. You got to open suspended license, open container, traffic court. What else? On probation, possession of cocaine with intent. It's 18 SC 163220. They gave him 15 years back in 2019. Got another open possession of cocaine, 24 SC 002844. I got FTAs 2025 21. Hold on, let me see something. Damn it. How's my battery? I got a 2020 battery DV, second subsequent conviction. 2019 FTA. 2018 simple battery DV conviction. 2012 simple battery conviction. That's all.
Ms. Waldron?
Yes, Judge. So the state has significant concerns about this particular defendant. So first and foremost, this incident stems from a confrontation that escalated to a physical altercation where the defendant is alleged to have dragged the victim on the ground, causing visible bruising as well as a cut to her arm and bruising to her forehead and her right arm. With respect to the history that is so concerning for the state, I also show, in addition to the 2012 simple battery and 2019 simple battery family violence convictions, I show a 2008 simple battery family violence conviction along with a hindering 911 call. I show a 2022 simple battery family violence conviction, as well as the 23 battery family violence prior that was mentioned, which was resolved in 22 SC 183848. Judge, based on that conviction, we originally were going to transfer this case to the DA's office. We spoke with the victim, Ms. Hayes, who indicated that they did not live together, and therefore this charge was amended to a battery instead of a battery family violence.
Okay.
So hopefully the amended accusation is showing, because I did
It
go in and
does.
change that.
Yeah.
But in addition to that, Judge, and the other basis for the state's high request for a bond in this case, I show multiple FTAs and probation violations within the last 5 years. I show a 2022, 2024, 2025, and 2026 probation violation. I show a 2021 and a 2025 FTA, with one of those FTAs being in March of just last year, Judge. So the state has not only significant concerns regarding the defendant's returning to court on this case, but significant concerns regarding his likelihood of committing additional violations of a misdemeanor and felony nature violations of the law. 45 cycles at his young age, Judge. The state's very concerned. We're requesting a $7,500 surety bond on the charge of battery. For no further contact with Ms. Zakiya Hayes, I have that as Shykecia, Hayes, common spelling. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons on or about his person while out on bond. And stay away from 1855 Pinedale Drive, and begin enrollment in anger management, Judge.
So this is not a DV case. Is there any, so they don't even share children together?
To my knowledge, no, Judge.
Okay.
But there's a dating relationship. They were dating for 3 years.
Okay. I was just curious because the warrant said otherwise. Mr. Dotis?
Judge, I will go back and take a second look, and if need be, I will amend it back to a battery family violence.
All right. Mr. Dotis?
Yes, Judge. Mr. Dennard, he did allow me to waive his presence today because he does have a probation matter that he needed to deal with today. That's going to continue holding him no bond. So for the foreseeable future on a felony matter. So I would just ask the lowest possible bond be set and reset for that SAP calendar to track it. Your Honor, I will note though in the warrant, it looks like both the alleged victim and Mr. Dennard are both sticking with the same story of the alleged victim confronting my client while he was exiting a MARTA bus. My understanding is there's some dispute on what happened afterwards, but my client is saying that she initiated contact after exiting the bus, and she's the one that made the contact physical. My understanding is that initially 2 officers did show up to speak to both parties, and at that point, no warrant was taken out for either party. Later on, the alleged victim did speak with this officer, I believe Diallo, and based on the fact that she had, it looks like they didn't go off of the initial officer's reports, but based on only the fact that she had physical injuries, they determined that Mr. Dennard was the predominant aggressor, despite it looking like his version of the story was dragging her when she was holding on to him while he tried to flee. Again, Judge, we'll deal with that down the line. For the purpose of today, this isn't really going to change anything, so I just ask for the lowest possible bond.
2,500 surety bond. No contact with Zakiya Hayes.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, and his next court date's April 16th. The next waiver is position 15, and that is Amani Parker. Is that your client, Mr. Dotis?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. 26 CR 2202D, accused of battery from April 3rd, 2026. Any prize, Mr. Howard?
And on probation out of Clayton County, possession of meth. wanted out of Clayton County, probation violation. Booking shows homeless. 2023 trespass obstruction conviction. 22 failure to appear. 2020 trespass conviction. That's all.
Mr. Valladares?
Yes, Your Honor. So this incident took place on April 3rd, 2026 on 3479 Campbellton Road. Officers were flagged down by the victim, Miss Clotilda Gomez, at around 2:20 a.m., and she advised that she was assaulted by another female, the defendant, when she returned to a motel room, and she observed the defendant wearing her clothing. The officers observed a scratch on the right side of her face, consistent with her statement, and they attempted to interview the defendant, but the defendant was under the influence of an unknown substance. They did contact multiple family members, including the father, the grandmother, and the grandmother's husband of the victim, of the defendant, but all were unwilling to take custody based on behavioral issues. DFACS actually had to arrive and take custody. And Your Honor, the concern with the state is that all these charges seem to be drug related, and the state is concerned that she might reoffend and subsequently be a danger to herself and the community. It's unclear what exactly went down, but for whatever reason, she was in this girl's motel room wearing her clothes. And based on that, Your Honor, the state's going to recommend a $1,500 surety bond, alcohol drug evaluation and treatment, stay away from the incident location at 3479 Campbellton Road, no further contact with the victim, Miss Clotilda Gomez, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol. And that's all from the state, Your Honor.
All right. Any objection, Mr. Dotis?
Your Honor, just to put it out there, I did speak with Ms. Parker. It was a brief conversation. She did just want me to waive her presence. I know she's waiting to be released to that Clayton County hold, so I just asked the court for the lowest possible bond. I think that this is a situation where a social worker visit will be needed.
Okay. $1,500 surety bond. No further contact with Clotilda Gomez. Stay away from the entire hotel or motel at 3479. Is it 34 or 3749?
3749.
3749 Campbellton Road, Southwest Atlanta. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. Next court date is April 16th. All right. And then Miss Goodman is speaking to her client on position 21, Townson. And Mr. Dotis, do you have the waiver for Zion Wolf, our 17-year-old?
I do not, Judge. I'm happy to email it, though, while Miss Goodman is interviewing.
Email the waiver?
Yes, Judge. I'm happy to create one and email it while.
Okay. Well, do what you need to do. I'm just waiting on Miss Goodman. Could you text her or call her and let her know that we're ready for her to come back into the Zoom?
I'll let her know, Judge. Thank you.
All right. We'll be in a brief recess until Miss Goodman joins us. Thank you.
Sorry about that, Your Honor.
No problem. You ready?
Yes, I am ready.
All right. Is that Mr. Townson in the courtroom?
Yes.
All right. This is State versus Anthony Townson, accused of criminal trespass from April 3rd, 2026. His case number is 26 CR 2192E. Mr. Townsend, you are advised of your right to remain silent. Anything you say in open court, your statements can and will be used against you. You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, Ms. Goodman will be representing you. She's from the Public Defender's Office. Any priors, Mr. Howard?
30. You got an open shoplifting, possession of drug-related objects. Got an open criminal damage to property, second degree. It's 25 PI 005 643. On probation for ag assault. It's 24 SC 004 689.
I'm sorry, 24 SC
004 689.
689. Okay.
2025 failure to appear. 2024 trespass conviction. 2022 ag assault conviction. 2022 failure to appear. I think that's it.
Plenty.
Hold
Thank
on.
you. Ms. Githier?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Townsend was previously informed not to be on the property at Walmart located at 844 Cleveland Avenue. The case number is 24005242. And again, he ended up, despite being told not to be on their property, he did appear again on April 3rd at that same Walmart location. Mr. Townsend also has the 2026 theft by shoplifting and possession and use of a drug-related objects, as well as a 2025 criminal damage to property and a 2024 criminal trespass. All of these have been occurring in East Point, so there is concern, he's continuously going to the properties, whether it be criminal trespass, theft by shoplifting, and what have you. So the state is going to request a $1,000 surety, stay away from the incident location, alcohol, drugs, and weapons, and also alcohol, drug evaluation and any required treatment.
I'm sorry, that was a 1,000 surety?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Goodman?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Townsend is age 33. He's been in Georgia now for almost majority of his life, for about 31 years. He moved here when he was 2 years old. He does have immediate family that lives here, and he does have a good address in East Point, Georgia, where he lives with his aunt, and he's been staying there for the past 8 years. He did complete up to the 9th grade, and currently for employment, he just goes and do temp service work. And it does seem like there may be some MH there. He has been diagnosed. And Your Honor, so because Mr. Townsend, he doesn't have much funds, we will be asking for a signature bond in this case. He did inform me that he does want to do programming, so I am going to put a social worker in his case. And I told him if he did get a signature bond today, then to come to our office so we could speak more about that. But he is very adamant that he wants to do programming. And so it does seem like he wants to get some help. And he does take medication. Like I said, there is some MH, so he does take medication. And so he has been taking that previously, and he understands that he is on probation as well. And so we spoke about that as well. Your Honor, again, we'll just be asking for a signature bond in this case.
And I'm sorry, what do you need the social worker visit for?
So it might be some substance abuse issues going on as well. And so it may be, he would like to get programming for that. We spoke about that. And then also, like I said, he also has been diagnosed with a mental health. And so he does take medication for that as well too.
Okay. Bond will be at 1,000. It is a surety bond. He needs to stay 200 yards away from the Walmart store at 844 Cleveland Avenue in East Point. His next court date is going to be April 16th. And before he bonds out, he'll need to be seen by a social worker for any substance abuse issues, mental health issues, as well as, well, I guess housing is not an issue since you've indicated he's got residence. Thank you. Next court date is April 16th. All right, folks. Deputy, I think that concludes the calendar.
Judge, if I may. just a real quick brief announcement. I'm sorry. On position number 3, Mr. Dennard, I was able to go back and confirm and verify through the victim advocate notes that they do share a child. So it's been re-amended to the battery family violence, and it may be transferred at a later date. I'm still waiting to hear back from the DA's office. So.
Okay.
Thank you.
I think it was Mr. Dodis who had that case. Mr. Dodis, they've reverted back to a domestic violence charge on Elax Dennard. So
That's, Your Honor, that's what my understanding was before it was amended. So that's the conversation Mr. Dennard and I had. So that's fine, Judge.
okay. Were there any other questions on any other cases?
Yes, Your Honor. So I just want to know the status of Zion Wolf.
Oh, yes. Thank you. I almost forgot Miss Wolf. Yes, what's going on with Miss Wolf, Miss Goodman?
I am sending over that waiver as we speak. I had to multitask just now. So I'm sending that over now to Miss, I believe it was Melissa Grace that I need to send it to.
That would be correct. Yeah.
Okay. I am forwarding it to her now. And I'm so sorry that I did not get this over sooner. It's just something that we did not do in first and Superior Court.
And
but
what waiver are you sending? Just for my information, what waiver are you sending?
A waiver of presence for Zion Wolf.
Okay.
Position 25. Case 26 CR 21998. She's accused of battery family violence from April 2nd of 2026. Any priors, Mr. Howard?
It's first.
Okay. And Miss Githia, what's the recommendation?
Your Honor, we are asking for a $2,000 surety for the battery, as well as $1,500 for the simple $1,500 surety for the simple battery. No contact with the victim. Stay away from the incident location, which is 3530 Rockport Drive. No alcohol, drugs, weapons, and a 3-day anger awareness. In this case, the victim, Joni Montgomery, had returned home and noticed that her bedroom door had been open, and so she was asking the people that were in the home who had went into her bedroom. She then went into the bathroom where the defendant was and asked her, has she been in the bedroom? At this point, the defendant and the victim got into an argument. At this point, the defendant then jumped towards the victim, and she was holding a rat tail comb in her hand at the time, and she did scratch the victim with it. The victim did at one point was holding her down, and while she was still holding her down, the defendant was continuously trying to use the rat tail comb, which is very pointed and sharp, as trying to hit the victim.
All right. Miss Grace or Mr. Jordan, on the on Odyssey, the simple assault family violence count 2 has not been added to Odyssey.
I just noticed it, Judge.
Do you notice that?
Yeah, I just pulled it up to see our added charges in there.
Okay, all right, thank you. Miss Goodman, do you have a response? I see as a Crystal Wolf here. Are you involved in this case?
Yes, that is her mom, Your Honor. She is in here support for Miss Wolf.
I don't think she can hear us. Miss Wolf, Crystal Wolf.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, using a separate device? Okay. Yes.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, could you raise
Yes,
your right
ma'am.
hand?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, ma'am, that is correct.
All right, and what would you like to tell me, Mrs. Wolf?
Zion is 17 years old. She is a minor. She has been living with her cousin, Johnny Montgomery. They frequently, I was not there during the incident, but they frequently have, verbal mix-ins with each other where I get involved to try to de-escalate the situation. I was informed, just like it was said, that, she asked about her door being open, Miss Montgomery. And Zion stated that they didn't go in her room. Her brother also stated, who's here with me now, that no one went in her room. And she was trying to explain that the door was slammed on her and hands were placed in her face. And she jumped up on the chair to try to defend herself. I do not condone violence.
Who said that?
Zion jumped up on the chair, and her brother told me Zion also jumped up on the chair to try to defend herself because the door was slammed on her and the hand was placed in her face. This has been a situation where I have spoken to my daughter, and I tell her all the time not to allow situations to put her in jeopardizing situations. Zion does see a therapist, Miss Ellie Moody at Pathways, every 2 weeks. She also does take medication for anxiety.
Okay, let me ask you one thing. You are her biological mother?
Yes, ma'am. I am
All
her
right.
biological mother, but she
And
is physically with her cousin.
This is a live stream proceeding, so I do not want you to get into her mental health details because that's
Yes, ma'am.
confidential.
Yes, ma'am.
So why is it that you're not living with her?
The reason why is because last year I just came home. I was incarcerated.
Okay, so do you have custody? Do you currently have custody of Miss Zion? Zion?
No, Joni has guardianship.
Okay.
I just provide for them.
Okay.
So they stay with her. They're with me on the weekend.
All right. So I'm going to pause right now with regards to your statement. Please mute your screen. Joni Montgomery, you are on Zoom. If you'd like to chime in, please. Joni M, you're on Zoom. You need to start your video.
Yes, hello. I'm
Hello.
sorry. I had problems starting it.
All right, Miss Montgomery. Okay, there we go. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
And Miss Montgomery, are you comfortable with Zion Wolf being back in the home with you?
No, ma'am. No,
So
ma'am.
what are you
Because
going to do
I
with her?
constantly, Your Honor, I constantly have trouble out of her with disrespect and unruliness.
How did you end up being her guardian?
When her mother was incarcerated, they were in foster care, and I was trying to help her by getting her kids out the system because she was getting ready to get out herself. And I was just trying to help her, so she wouldn't have to go through anything with the system and getting them back.
Has Miss Crystal Wolf lost temporary guardian? I mean, are you appointed by a probate court?
Yes, yes, yes.
So you have a court order for guardianship?
Yes.
Which court?
Rockdale County.
Okay. Well, this is problematic.
Yes, it is.
Is there another adult who is able to take temporary care of Miss Zion?
Yes, my daughter, but they don't even want to deal with her because they know how she is.
All right, thank you, Miss Montgomery. All right, Miss Goodman, what's your solution?
Your Honor, considering the fact that her guardian doesn't want her to come back, I don't know what's the situation with Ms. Wolf and why she can't get custody now since she's no longer incarcerated. But my solution would be to have her at least stay with her biological mother for the time being. I don't know what the history is with Miss Wolf, Crystal Wolf. But to me, that would be a good solution since her mom, it seems like her mom is doing well. She's on this line. And so I think the best solution would be to give Miss Wolf, this her first arrest, a signature bond. She could go back home with her mom. And then that way she don't have to be at the home with Miss Montgomery since there's issues going on. And then that way she's also not staying in jail. This is a 17-year-old. She's still in school. She go to Banneker High School. Her mom told me that she's an honor roll student. So, we don't really want to ruin her life by keeping her in jail because she don't have nowhere to stay. But I also don't want her homeless neither. So I guess that would be up.
Does Miss Crystal Wolf live in the same district where Banneker High School is?
Miss Wolf,
Crystal Wolf, you need to come back on Zoom.
Hello?
Yes. Do you live in the same district as Banneker High School?
No, ma'am. I do not stay in the same district as Banneker, but I would be able to get her back and forth to school. I do work in College Park.
All right. On the battery family violence, it's going to be 2,000. On the simple assault family violence, it's going to be 1,000. This is going to be a 3,000 signature bond through pretrial services level 1. We'll need a co-signer, which is going to be Crystal Wolf. And Miss Wolf will temporarily look after Zion Wolf.
Yes, ma'am.
And then, of course, if Miss Joni Montgomery gets her guardianship terminated by probate court, then of course the custody will revert back to Miss Crystal Wolf. But
Yes,
for
ma'am.
purposes of this case, Miss Wolf has temporary care of Zion Wolf, and she
Thank
will
you, Your
make sure
Honor.
she gets her to school. No
Yes, ma'am.
illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons, and
Yes,
she'll need
ma'am.
to report to pretrial once a month.
Pretrial, okay. Will I be able to find out all of that information so I can make sure she follows up with everything she needs to do?
Yep, you can contact the state court clerk's office and get a copy of the court order.
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Goodman, you'll probably need to email the co-signer agreement to Miss Crystal Wolf. So Miss Wolf, you need to put your email in the chat.
Yes, ma'am.
And
No
Mr. Howard, can you forward the co-signer agreement to Miss Goodman?
Quick question, Your Honor. I don't mean to talk out of turn. Are these charges misdemeanors, and will
Yes.
she be able to get these charges off of her record when she completes whatever is recommended?
I don't know what is going to be offered, so I cannot answer that question.
Yes,
but they
ma'am.
are misdemeanors.
Thank you.
All right. Miss Goodman, do you have Miss Crystal Wolf's email address?
I'm sending it to her right now in the chat.
Okay. All right, we can stop the live stream.